Show, hosted by Haven Bros. We're talking green and gold, and shouting, "Go Pack, go!"
Yo, it's a Packer show with Haven Bros and Kelly Packer. GPG, what's going on? How's it going, Kelly Packer? How's it going over there in California? And Dude's here. Good evening, boys. All right. How you doing, dude? Dude likes when the Packers win, and he likes even more when the Bears are still the Bears and lose in heartbreaking fashion.
Pretty sad example of the Bears there. Classic, stupid, dumb. I mean, we can't laugh that much. I mean, we had the Fail Mary. We had the we had the playoff loss to the Seahawks. So it's not, now we weren't like taunting the fans, and then while the play is going on for like 16 seconds, where the quarterback runs around for 100 years and then throws up a pass that doesn't even get to the end zone on a Hail Mary, but somehow they still managed to tip it into the end zone. Go like a complete morons. Yeah. Brilliant. But that's the Bears. That's why they suck. Bears still suck. The Bears always suck. No doubts there.
Blueberry Blonde from Delta Beer Lab. Okay. Back to the Delta, to the lab. All right. You said you got a bunch of videos that you got worked up. And
what videos are ready?
They might get you a little worked up. We're gonna get to them. I don't want to, I don't want to make the show go on forever.
Okay.
We got Halloween tomorrow. I gotta dress up tomorrow for work, and all that good stuff. I got my costume. I'm a giant germ.
Yep.
It's awesome. It's awesome. And there's like a fan inside of it, so it keeps you cool the whole time.
You are a giant germ.
Also, congrats to Edrin Cooper, Defensive Player of the Week, NFC Defensive Player of the Week, as a rookie, and didn't even get full-time snaps and made some impactful plays.
Nice.
And congrats, and so lucky that we had Devontae Wyatt in this game as well.
Okay, are we gonna play the videos, or are we gonna talk about all the videos that I'm gonna play in a few seconds? You keep blabbing about the plays that I'm gonna play.
I'm not saying what the play is.
What are we doing?
Plays up.
You have the video sound ready?
Holy crap. Black Ops 6 Vault Edition just came out. I'm getting it ready. What do you want? I'm ready. Plays up. What do you got?
All right.
You go first.
What's your... No, you go first.
I go first? All right. My player from this game.
Hold on.
Wait, what did I say it was?
Okay, we're going to just watch the video. Is the video up?
I can't remember what I went with.
Is the video up?
Video was up. I told you that a couple times.
All right, let's just watch the video, and then when you see the screen say "Oh yeah," press "Oh yeah" sound.
Did you catch from last time where you didn't hear anything, but they all were going?
Yes, but everybody heard it. That's great. I'm glad.
All right.
So I probably can't hear it again. So don't screw it up. Oh, I heard it that time.
Okay.
Right, here we go. Are you ready? Are you ready? Here we go. Watch this. Watch this.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, fake tough guy. Who's that?
Well, what's the color on there?
It's blue.
Let's take a look. Do you see my cursor over here?
Yep, I see it.
Way to the right of the screen, you're going to see a long white socket guy who used to play in Green Bay. Watch him as he comes beelining as fast as I've ever seen him on a play toward the freaking line of scrimmage, which he never did for the Packers, by the way, and gets all tough on a certain guy we have on our team. Let's take a look and see what happens. Just watch him. Don't watch anything else. Just watch him.
All right, watching the Sav.
Here he comes. Look at him.
Wow, here he goes.
Here he comes.
Go. Wow, tough.
Look at that. And then watch this. Look at this.
Ooh.
See that? You see that? He stands on top of him with all tough guy shoulder arms like this. And now watch. I'm gonna hit play.
Because he had a 15-yard running start and the guy didn't know. Yeah, okay.
15-yard running start, and Kraft wasn't even looking for him. He knew it was Savage, so he figured, well, he's not gonna hit me that hard.
Right.
Now,
exactly.
And then he gets all tough on him, right? Now watch Savage or watch Kraft. You're gonna see it. It's in the dark here. I can't change that right now, which sucks, but it's whatever. Just watch what Kraft does now. That's right. Good job, little boy. You're tough. Let's watch that one more time because it's freaking hilarious. I didn't notice it watching the game, obviously, but then here you go, fake tough guy, the great Darnell Savage, super tough guy. Kraft sees him, and he's like, "Oh, jeez, all right, we're gonna play tough today, huh?" Then he gets all in his face, and Kraft's like, "Okay, that's nice. Go away. That'll be the last time you do that shit to me, there, buddy." Now we're gonna watch the real tough guy, who is your play of the game.
What? Who is it?
We got
Jordan Love.
We got
Oh, okay.
We got, if you look down at the top of the screen, look at it. Oh my God, we got guys open everywhere.
Yeah, what a play.
Down at the bottom of the screen, we got Ben Sims and we got the running back over here. This could be a really easy play there if Jordan Love is smart enough to just dump it off. Because you got one blocker, nobody else over here. You're talking Ben Sims blocks this corner, running back, gone, touchdown, probably. But Jordan Love is too dumb to remember what the play is.
Oh.
So what he's watching for is over here. You see Tucker Kraft coming across. You're going to see Dontavian Wicks coming underneath him on a little bit tighter route. Okay.
Is Savage dropping back?
Well, Savage is the key to this play. So we got to watch. I'm going to move it forward a little bit. Okay. Now, what do we got? Jordan Love is out of the pocket. Now there's two guys looking back at him. He still could throw it over here, and it probably would get quite a few yards. Or he could just throw it right here to Dontavian Wicks. But there is a guy looking at it this way. Now, Tucker Kraft is realizing, he said in his interview after the game, he's like, yeah, usually the safety stays back, and it stays back as far back as the farthest guy, right? And he didn't do that. He ran forward, so I put my arm up, because the guy covering me went in front of me, and I was like, oh, that's dumb. So you're going to watch Tucker Kraft right here at the 40-yard line, put his arm up right there, because Cisco took off to cover Dontavian Wicks, because apparently they need two guys to cover Dontavian Wicks. And if you look up at the 50-yard line, you got Savage up here. The reason why this play works is because Savage is their deep safety.
Yes.
Jordan Love is going to throw this ball off his wounded duck leg because he can't use his left leg because it hurts. So he's jumping off of one foot, throwing it back across his body to the middle of the field, which is what he did in the playoffs last year, which threw a pick against a good team like the 49ers.
Yep.
So we know what happens in this play. Everybody knows. So don't look at any of this stuff here. Watch Savage on this play and how pathetic and losery he is. If it was any normal safety, it would have been picked off for sure. Okay, so just watch Savage at the 50-yard line here. Okay.
All right, watching.
Here's Savage. I
Wow,
mean, he's
look
there.
at
Look at how much time. I mean, look at that. Falls.
We've seen that a bunch of times.
Yeah, we've seen that. So let's watch it again, just real quick at the end here. Let's see when is the ball thrown. Let's watch it when the ball's thrown, and as soon as the ball's thrown, we'll look for Savage. Ball's thrown. There's Savage. So he sees the ball. And I don't know why it takes him so long to run around like that. He didn't move. And this is slow motion. So you might say, oh, but even when you watch it regular motion, he's not moving fast. And here's the real tough guy. Says, Cisco, get out of here. Cisco, get out of here. Too bad he couldn't get in the end zone. But he said he wanted to make sure he didn't fumble it because last week, remember, he fumbled and it went out of bounds.
That's true.
And he was like, I don't want to fumble it. I was just trying to make sure I didn't fumble it. So that was your play of the game. You don't remember you telling me this just yesterday. So genius.
Hey, I had a lot going on.
Oh yeah.
It's a great play.
You hit that when the words come up there, ding dong.
Great play, Tucker.
Jordan Love moves and there you got the guys moving. Tucker
Cross his
Kraft
body.
throws off of one
here.
foot. If that was a good safety, that would probably have been picked off.
Yeah,
Luckily, it's Darnell Savage who sucks ass. And Tucker Kraft switches that ball in his hand, shoves off. Looks for more guys. Nobody around without this little wimpy guy. Fine, I'll keep shoving him.
I wish you would have shoved him one more time. Ugh.
Yeah, I know. Me too.
And he might have scored Big. Well, he probably got cut off by that guy 33 there. Look at that, Tucker. So one, you're right on the play. Either would have been picked off, or he could have been totally blown up, like it was some other safety that was more physical and stuff.
Oh yeah,
blew him up right there instead.
Right.
Which
That was not a great pass.
No,
It was not a. It was a good decision. Not a great pass. The best decision would have been dump it off to the running back before you run out of the pocket, especially when your leg is broke or whatever is wrong with your leg. But neither here nor there on the Jordan Love.
all right, we got Malik.
Part of
We're good with Malik. We got him.
Hold on. We ain't getting into that. So here's my play.
All right, I love this play.
Mine is my defensive player of the week, mixed with one of the guys I wanted the Packers to draft with their 2 first-round picks 3 years ago
From Georgia.
They actually did draft him. I was like, wow, the Packers actually did what I wanted them to do. Now, he's a guy with incredible talent. He gets hurt or he gets tired after one play and has to come out.
That happens.
We all know that. But here's my play.
Oh, yeah.
It's the great Edgerrin Cooper. You're going to look at the middle of the screen here. He's going to come forward. Then he's going to spin around and just push this guy. Keeps pushing. Knocks the ball out. Because Trevor Lawrence is a dummy, holding the ball way out like a ding dong. And look at that.
God,
that's the best part.
that was so awesome.
Watch how. And I don't.
Did they show you the down the line look? Because it's so cool the way
the other angle. You get to see how far he comes from.
Yeah,
and he moves so much faster than that slow center. It's the center who's doing it, by the way.
Yeah, and he's just like, no, it's my ball.
So not only does the center get his ass kicked by Cooper to fumble it. Look at Wyatt. Look at Gary. Who's faster? Look at Gary. What the hell is? God dang! I'm so mad at Rashawn Gary. But anyway, let's talk more. We're gonna watch the great Devontae Wyatt, who gets around the outside. And then watch this here.
Look how far the ball's away from it. Go get it, big fella.
Poof. And recover. That was a great play by 2 young Packs. Awesome. And then the very 2 plays later, we got a little bit of this. We got to show this play. Just to be
the talk.
Because you got to see really terrible celebration move here. But, not really all that coordinated. But it was tight end day. Oh, yeah.
That's awesome.
Oh, yeah.
There's our plays of the game, brought to you by nobody.
What?
Oh, yeah.
Well, they always have like, this is the thing, and it's brought to you by whatever.
Delta Beer Lab.
Well, he always Delta Beer Lab. Everything's Delta
Blueberry
Beer Lab.
Blonde. No, it isn't. Giant Jones. I've been on Giant Jones for quite a while.
Oh my God, I don't even drink beer hardly ever. So why would I know?
Right. Well, that's a YP, not a MyP.
I don't drink beers. It tastes like barfaroni. Yeah, barf.
Laugh it up, fuzzball.
All right, so
those are some pretty awesome plays right
some
there.
Great plays. I like it, and all by young dudes.
But I had to show the Savage being all tough there. The funniest part is after it's all done and he gets all tough in front of him, and Tucker Kraft just stands up and just pats him on the head like, "Okay, you're really strong there, guy." That's awesome. Most guys would get up and be mad. And Tucker Kraft's just like, okay, yeah, whatever. I know that you're not really tough. You're on my team last year. I kicked your ass many times. And then Savage just shows how pathetic he is on the very next play I showed. So that's pretty awesome.
Classic Savage stuff.
And there's a couple other plays that were big plays for the Packs offense. And we're going to watch it from a different perspective tonight when I have the video for it.
Nice.
So that's that.
Dad says that was play of the game. Is an important time in the game too. You know what I didn't realize or recall because I was just watching the game.
Yeah.
But as I went back through stuff, I realized that Malik Willis had to lead a comeback here. The Packers were down when he came in, or down while he was in.
Yes.
And so
they had the lead.
Yeah.
And then they gave up 10. They had 10 points scored against them.
Yeah.
Before they could score again.
Because then they got it to, and then they pushed it, and they got up, and then they got up some more, and then they lost a little bit of the lead. But Jair Alexander hurt himself by untying his shoe or something.
I
And
got that.
then,
Yeah, we got to look at that too.
okay, all right.
I don't want to be too negative right off the bat.
No, I'm not. I don't either. I like those plays, and I was super excited by the Devontae Wyatt play because how often do you ever see a guy attack? Like sometimes they'll jump at the ball fast, but you don't hardly see anybody just like and then smash the guy out of their way and then go get it.
The thing that's weird is, like, we just watched Savage smash Tucker Kraft, just beat the snot out of him, and there's no penalty, right? Because you can hit a guy, anywhere on the field, or not anywhere, but like, around the line of scrimmage. You can destroy a guy like that.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to get called for a penalty. Why don't the Packers defense do this more often?
No, they don't do that.
Like, if you're a big tough guy and maybe it should happen to us as well. Like when Jaden Reed is coming in motion, right? And the ball snapped and your defensive end, instead of engaging with the tackle immediately, and you see Jaden Reed coming right next to you, the offensive tackle, instead of engaging with him, just jump past him and smack and shove freaking Jaden Reed so he's off his, just knock him on the ground. That could screw the entire play up, right? Why don't people do that kind of stuff?
Because they're too afraid. I know, but they're too afraid of if they do something like that, then they're out of position against like a running play, or if it's not a play to that player.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Well,
so
we're going to show a play later that's going to kind of show something about I'm a little concerned about.
Not that the players are concerned as much, but the coaches are definitely concerned, about players being in their spot to make sure, because the defenses are generally designed to have, everybody's got lanes covered for running plays. You got coverage assignments if it's a pass play, right? And if you do something like that, without it being part of the game plan or without it being like built into the defensive call, then the coaches or whoever probably worried it's going to throw stuff off, or you'll get out of position.
So here's my question to you. Do you want to watch some positive plays next, or do you want to watch?
We have to.
Okay. All right.
We have to watch some positive plays. Then we finish. Then we'll get to our beefs.
But we're talking. Well, I got a lot of video that's not necessarily
positive. Ben, this was a Packer win in Florida.
I know it is, but there's some things that happened that are very concerning.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are. They are very concerning, and I don't know quite.
Why would they be concerning if the Packers won, and the Packers are playing the Lions?
Because they barely won, and it was sketchy at best, but
they went into Florida and Jacksonville and Florida's.
It was hot, blah blah. I know
it was really hot. My guy from last week, Eric Wilson, I think was the Heat. He did not do well with the Heat. He looked tired.
He missed some tackles, that's for sure.
He looked tired.
Tackles.
He looked like he got tired a bunch. He wasn't running as hard. I think the Heat got to him.
Apparently, the Packers had 15 missed tackles in this game or something like that.
But I think Josh Jacobs is from the South. I think he likes the Heat.
I don't know.
I do. I think it charges him up. But some guys don't play well in the Heat. Devontae Wyatt, I'm surprised he made it, but
Well, let's watch some more positive plays here, since we're just going to play and more plays, because I got a bunch of plays, and then we'll talk about them as we go. Okay, here we go.
All right, sounds good.
You got me showing or what?
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Quick hits.
We're going back to the quick hits. Here's some defensive quick hits. I got 3 plays here that are really good.
All right.
I noticed during the game. I like them a lot. I just took a nap, so I don't remember what the heck they are, but we'll see what. Oh, here. This is Xavier McKinney's pick.
Oh.
Now, the reason why Trevor Lawrence throws this is because I don't have it from the other angle. I only have it from this angle. But he does not look back over to the bottom of the screen. Okay. Oh. He only is looking to the top safety over here. He's looking at Evan Williams. He does not look at Xavier McKinney again. And you're going to watch Xavier McKinney is going to sit here and sit here and sit here. And then as soon as the ball snap, he's going to beeline straight back. And Trevor Lawrence doesn't even look over there anymore. He starts looking there, and then he turns his head to the other side because he's doing that fake handoff, right? So it looks like he's looking over here. He's not. He's looking over here. He's looking at Evan Williams.
So he's not looking where he's going to throw the ball?
Well, he right. What he sees is a linebacker, 56, who he doesn't know much about, covering a wide receiver.
This play I was super excited about too. Cooper carried that guy at the seam so well He just took off and
No, this is a different play. This is actually this is 45. This might be Eric Wilson
Oh,
actually.
that is Eric Wilson. Yeah.
That play is further down later. This is early in the game. This is Xavier McKinney's pick. I told you that already.
That's right. All right.
But so you're going to watch. Trevor Lawrence is not looking over here to where Xavier McKinney is.
Right.
Plus, if you look at the bottom of the screen at about the 10-yard line, you're going to see Keyshawn Nixon jam the receiver and then stay in the flat. Nice. So Xavier McKinney's responsibility apparently is one-on-one coverage with the wide receiver. And what he does is he reads the ball and just ignores this guy and picks it off. Because Trevor Lawrence isn't even looking down here. He sees a linebacker, 45, cover his wide receiver, and he knows the route's going to take him right about here. And he doesn't even look to see that Xavier McKinney is sitting right there the whole time. So he throws it. Wow. And the other thing that's really weird is this receiver is pretty much you guys are going to be almost in the exact same spot. And Xavier McKinney's like, did he really just throw that right to me? Like, holy crap, that's awesome.
I'll just stay here.
I mean, these receivers are within 5 yards of each other here. I don't know what's going on. And this receiver's like, wait a minute, why does he look like he's going to catch it? You think this guy would maybe put his hand out and knock the ball down?
No.
You think maybe this receiver, Christian Kirk, would jump in there and try to knock the ball down? Neither of them do. I don't know why they don't.
We'll take it.
They're both there easily to knock the ball down.
Yeah.
But they just watch it go right into Xavier McKinney's hands. And they both could have made the play on the ball, especially Christian Kirk. He decides to tackle instead of trying to knock the ball out. So that was just dumb. Trevor Lawrence is just dumb. But that was a great play. So I think this is actually the play you were talking about. No, this is
Eric. That was a good carry by Wilson, though. He stuck with him the whole time. That was really, really good.
Yep. Here's another Eric Wilson play. Actually, this is a third down play. This is going to be a tight end screen over here. Or a screen to the outside, and you're going to watch Eric Wilson's going to read it and beeline in there and smack a guy and then make the tackle.
Good thing, because
he's going to do what Savage tried to do to Tucker Kraft, except after he blows up a guy, then he's going to actually make the tackle. So here goes Eric Wilson here. He comes through. He blows up 0, gets through, and then helps make the tackle and stops the guy from getting the first down on third down.
Yeah.
So that's a really good play by Eric Wilson. Now you're going to watch. This is going to be Edgerrin Cooper, and I just want to watch how far he runs. This is insane. He fakes blitzes, right? He takes like 2 steps forward. 1, 2, 3. Then goes back. Christian Kirk, mind you, is way over here. And look at him.
Jeez. He's making up ground.
He gets back there. The guy catches it, then he punches it. Now, nice. I don't know if he dropped it because he hurt his collarbone or what he did.
Nah, these are the fake injuries after you drop the ball. Then you're like,
right. Well, I don't know. He's out for the year now or something. But anyway,
whatever. That
was still a pretty awesome, huge, big plays on defense. They were all third down stops or turnover. So, and the third down stop is usually a turnover because then they punt right away. So those are 3 huge defensive plays that gave the ball back to our offense. Awesome plays by their defense there. Now, they had some issues later, but we're not going to talk about that. Now we're going to watch some quick hits in the passing game called Quick Hits Bombs Away.
Bombs Away? Whoa.
This is probably one of the best catches I've ever seen. I've heard people say it was a better pass. I don't agree. You're going to watch this wobble. The ball's going to kind of be all wobbly and weird looking in the air. Watch it. He's going to wobble, weeble, wobble. Bloop, 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 bloop.
Yeah, Romeo.
The guy, I don't know what to say anymore about the guy. Obviously, he had some issues earlier in the year, but he is our break glass in case of emergency guy. Like when there is a time you just need to get a first out. Now, did he drop a ball from Malik Willis that was a perfect pass? Yes, he wasn't used to a perfect pass. He's used to this wobbly ball like this. It's not his fault. He was expecting a ball drilled to him with perfect spiral. He thought it was going to be another wobbly one like that. Now, this is really important. This is the play before the Jaden Reed play.
Okay.
So I wanted to look at it and see what type of defense this was, because this was where the Packers called the exact same play twice in a row. It was a running play, and then he had the ability, Malik Willis could can it to the Jaden Reed, sneak out route like they did in on second down. But this is first down. And there's something here that he sees that makes him not want to change the play. I don't know what it is. because it looks like it's still single. I thought it was maybe single high safety, whatever, because there's still single high safety. And over here you got, there's 4 down linemen. You got a corner over here. You got 2 linebackers, 2 corners here. I mean, it looks like basically a route you might want to run. Yeah, excuse me.
That's basically like a 9-man box. I mean, there's 9 guys that end up in there. Yeah.
So I don't know why he chose not to change it there. Because now I'm going to just hit play here, and we're going to see the start of the next play and how different it looks. It's basically the same. I mean, It's the same across the bottom. We have the same basic formation as we had in the last play. The difference is the safety that was back here is now more toward down here, which I don't know how that affects, a sneak attack Jaden Reed coming across on the bottom of the screen or across to the bottom of the screen. I don't know. There's actually another guy. There's more guys to the other side over here. I think the difference is Savage is the one back here. So let's see who was on the back on the last play. See, now here you go.
Oh, yeah.
On this play, it was Cisco back there. That is the difference.
Wow.
I think Matt LaFleur, they'll never say this, but I think Matt LaFleur said, hey, if you're deep safety, if they're in single high safety and the single high safety is Savage, run the play. If it's not Savage, do not run the play. Because I thought it was where they were too deep, right?
Yeah.
But it's not too deep. The other thing is the safety is more like Savage was more in the middle, and this guy's a little bit over to this side. So I see how maybe that's why Malik Willis. I think they started too deep. But at the very end, right before the snap there, you saw how Cisco started moving to the middle and Savage was moving up.
Yeah.
Okay.
How does Savage start for another team?
I don't know, but I'm glad he was against us in this game. But I swear to God, that has to be what Matt LaFleur said, right? If Savage is the deep safety, don't run the play. If he is, for sure, run the play. Because that's the only difference, really. Based on the formation here, the only real difference is this is Cisco, 5. And at the start of the actual Jaden Reed play, we're going to see in a second, it's Savage who's the deep safety. And he's even further. He's in the same spot. He's even further back.
Yep. What does he do? What's he looking at? Oh, he's looking at the deep. Romeo going deep.
Yep.
Oh, boy.
Because Savage is an idiot. I think Matt LaFleur targeted Savage on this play. I think they all did. I think they were like, hey, you know what? That's the secret plan. It looked exactly the same. Am I not wrong, though? They had to have targeted Savage.
You're right. I think you might be onto something there.
Oh, I'm definitely on. So that's how many big plays are because of Savage now? The Tucker Craft, this one, right? Games that won us the game.
Yeah. Man, if he would put a little move on him there, he probably could have cut back.
He could have cut back and scored, but that's fine. Like, he didn't want to score. All right, so that's the quick hits for now. We've got quick hits, ground and pound. Now we're gonna have some running plays that I thought looked really cool. This first one is one of the first plays of the game, and I just want you to watch how far this offensive line gets pushed. Watch this. They start at the 45. Look at this. Look at Josh Myers. Josh Myers is at the 50.
Yeah, but that's because he peeled off to go to second level. But
I know. But what did they do? They double teamed and then got to the second level. And when they double teamed, they shoved the guys back. Now the Jaguars are crappy, but still, watch. You're going to see Jenkins and Myers double team this guy. You're going to see Ryan and Tom double team this guy, and they're both going to double team, shove back, double team, shove back. Watch them. Double team, push it. 5 yards before Josh Jacobs even gets touched. Why do we not do this more? Why do we do the stupid flow to the left and flow to the right and all this bullshit? Just get on two guys on one guy in short yardage or anything.
Yeah, especially short yardage.
Now this play I like because Josh Jacobs did some cool moves. Let's just
got hit right in the back though.
Yeah, he did, but it was a nice cut and a good move by him. Very exciting. This next play here, this is the Josh Jacobs touchdown. And we're going to watch how you're going to see Jenkins pulls. So this play is probably supposed to go right here. But Josh Jacobs sees he said after the game, he saw that the safety, who is Cisco, totally ignored him because he was so worried about Malik Willis having the ball. Because this was right after Malik Willis just ran for 20 yards
Right,
on the scramble.
Yep.
So Josh Jacobs was like, normally you're never supposed to like cut it back. But I totally saw the safety ignore me, and there's a big wall of white jerseys, and I just cut it back to the left. And the other key thing to this that no one's talking about is I thought that Christian Watson had some great blocks on this. Oh, that was a good move. Watch this. Break off the tackle.
Yeah,
Genius. Bo had a good block on the outside.
Savage.
You see that? You see that right there? Another reason why we had a huge play was because Savage is the last line of defense. I thought Christian Watson had great blocks. He didn't have great blocks. He didn't block him worth a shit. He barely even touched him. But it's Savage who was not aggressive. He didn't even try. Watch how pathetic his effort is from this angle. Don't even watch Jacobs. Well, you actually watch Jacobs at first. But as soon as he gets to the second level here, once he makes this guy jukes that guy out of his shorts, that was awesome. Breaks it. Okay, now watch this up here. Watch him. Look at Savage. Pussyfoot, pussyfoot, pussyfoot. Christian Watson's not even barely blocking him. That's a pathetic defense. That's 3 huge plays that we got because Savage sucks. And then this one, here's the key to this whole through line of all these videos. From the very start, I said fake tough guy, right? This is for you, Jace. This is your guy. This is the Josh Jacobs run. We don't care about that. All we care about is we care about Savage here. We care about Bo Melton. Watch Bo Melton blocking Savage on this play. It's beautiful. He takes him and it just shoves his ass completely out of here. Watch this. Just wait. Watch.
Keep riding them, Bo. Keep riding them.
And then Savage shoves him back. They're still fighting.
Yeah, Bo.
Yeah, see? And they're fighting back there. They're fighting back there. Look at that.
Drive him way the hell out of the play. Yeah.
So Mr. Fake Tough Guy got beat up by a 170-pound wide receiver. Yeah, he knocked 250-pound Tucker Kraft out his ass early in the game, Mr. Fake Tough Guy. But in reality, he was not. He was the reason the Packers won the game. How many play? I just showed you like 4 big plays that they happened because Savage sucks ass. Thank the Lord that Goody finally got smart and didn't sign back one of his first-round picks. No, we still have Gary and Jair and Kenny Clark and all these other guys that suck ass. Jordan Love. Oops, sorry.
Hey.
Well, it's true. It's true. It's true. It's true. Sorry, it's true. Anyways, all these guys that are not worth the big fat contracts, thank God, Savage is no longer on this team. And we end up having really good freaking players. Now, when Evan Williams got hurt, we had some serious issues.
Right.
And I had the video for that too. But whenever you want to go negative, let me know. We'll change it up. So we started positive. We got some really positive plays here. Awesome quick hits. Awesome. The oh yes. A lot of fun stuff. So let's talk about some positive stuff with the Pack with this last game here. We are 6-2. We're doing good.
Lee's
it was not a perfect game, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. What kind of comments we got here?
How are we doing? JJ McQuaid pointing out that Ryan made a nice block there too. Ryan is really doing pretty well as a run blocker. I don't know what his pass sets are like, but Jordan Love doesn't have that much heat on him, so must be doing good enough, you know. But as a run blocker, he had some great they showed some replays on the TV copy, right? Of him like sealing guys off, moving guys through the hole, making a small hole a bigger hole. Like he's got drive. He's pretty sticky. Like he stays on his blocks as well as anybody on this team as on the offensive line. So I've been pretty impressed with that because that is a key, right? It's a key that a lot of guys don't do well is stay on their blocks. And Ryan seems to stay on his blocks pretty well. So he's doing good. We already mentioned before, Edrin Cooper. What's this? Oh, I found another channel that's a little like ours. Packers Corner. It's a father and son. Ooh, all right. Cool.
Well, don't leave us, Lee. What the crap?
Well, now he's father and son. He's got to probably watches it with his baby when he's up late at night. I get it.
I understand that, but you can't leave us, Lee. Come on. We got like 3 people that watch our show, and you're one of them. So stop it.
JJ's going. JJ, hold on. We'll get to that. Bullard's struggling.
JJ, I got the video. Unfortunately, I do have the video for that.
And he isn't that great at coverage, apparently. But
it's pretty rough.
Edrin Cooper, I like the way he played, aggressive. Although one time he just totally threw his shoulder on a guy, and I was like, "Oh my god, you didn't even try to wrap up."
Well, that's what his tape was like in college. He would just like run in there like a missile in the backfield and just charge his body at a guy, and not even wrap up, and then the guy would just fall over. But you're like, dude, you got to wrap up in the NFL. These guys are going to bounce right off you.
But I like the linebackers we got going now. Something Matt LaFleur said today.
Yeah, what did he say?
They asked about Quay Walker. He said Quay is clear. He's out of concussion protocol. Okay. And then they said, well, with Edrin Cooper getting Defensive Player of the Week and Eric Wilson playing the way he's playing, like, what are you going to do with all these good all these linebackers? And he's like, oh, Quay will start. Quay will start.
Well, let's hope that they're watching the game. Let's just put it that way. Mm-hmm. If Quay makes mistakes, if he's out of position, if he takes false steps like he usually does, hopefully they will be like, okay, you're out. And they put Wilson in. Because we can't afford, or what they might do is just use him as a blitzer more. But he doesn't really get home either as a blitzer. I don't know what he even does well. Like
I think both of those, I think Cooper and Wilson are better blitzers than him too. I think they're more effective.
I mean, and Wilson got 2 sacks that last game when Quay got hurt.
He's a little shorter, right? And he gets more of a lean. Quay is too upright. He stands up. And that's remember how I've said numerous times how he tackles with his chest and kind of wraps his arm around guys a lot of times. Well, he doesn't put his shoulder down to put a boom on anybody very often.
That's the Devondre Campbell. That's who he learned from. Unfortunately.
And then when he blitzes, he also is exposed. He's kind of like
upright. He's Sean Gary. I know, like an idiot. Yeah. Sean Gary's an idiot.
Oh, look at this from Lee. Nice. I listen to all the channels. Hafens are always my number.
That's right. That's because we don't sugarcoat crap. Dude, I got to drink something. I'll be back.
That's all for Lee saying we're number 1. And just remember, we're number 1 and number 2, Lee. It's a Pooh show. Pooh show.
Whoa, number 1 and number 2. It's true.
You had some good, like when I was talking a lot last show, when I was giving my story about like my issue, my beef, and something else. So I was kind of the one talking more, and then you took on my role where you give the little quick hits, and you did pretty good. I was impressed.
Well, I wasn't really listening to you, so I don't know how I did that.
Wow. It doesn't have to relate. It's just like
one thing I know is this: when you talk way too long, I gotta inject something because it's too boring. When I talk really long, it's a lot better. Mostly because I ramble and ramble. My problem is I say the same thing like 5 times, just 3 different ways, 5 times.
That's all right.
You got to just hammer on Jair and over and over and over and over and over.
Well, because I keep hearing the same nonsense.
I know. But after a while, people don't want to hear it. But you know what? I'll keep hammering on Kenny Clark over and over and over.
I stopped talking. I said I'm done talking about him. Other than the fact that he somehow hurt himself. On,
dude, that I got the video.
Well, let me see it. How did his shoe get untied?
I got it. We don't want to watch that negative. We're talking positive right now. Gosh dang it.
All right. Positive. What are else? Positive things on offense.
Positive things.
Christian Watson made some catches. He didn't. He made a couple of different type of catches. He caught like a low one for a first down early in the game. That was important.
He caught Jordan Love.
Yeah.
Well,
he caught another one.
Low one. Yeah. Okay.
Caught another one over the middle where he was like, hit right away. So there's.
Was that from Jordan Love too?
Yes.
Okay, yep, that makes sense. Yep.
So there's traffic in there. Another highlight from the receivers in the game. Bo Melton made an awesome tackle on special teams. I think it was punt coverage, if I'm not mistaken.
Or maybe it was kick coverage. Totally don't remember that at all.
And let's see. Who else is doing pretty good? We know the tight ends are doing pretty good. Tuck had a big game. I thought Ben Sims was good again. I have to go a little negative because Jonathan Vilma, right?
Yeah.
Clearly
called him Ben Simpson.
Yeah, but like whatever. But
Somebody called him Ben Simpson. I don't know who it was.
don't you love it when, as Packer fans and anybody else that knows the Packers, right? Like we know the Packers. You watch the Packers, we know the Packers. Then they get to these kind of announcers that don't see him very much, right? They're seeing him for a game, but then they want to try to sound like they know what the hell's going on. So they kind of go off of some of the old, whatever assumptions are and stuff like that, and they'll start saying crap
like the Packers are a good screen team, even though
Yeah,
they haven't
Packers
been
are
a good screen team since 1997. Yep, got it right.
Tucker Kraft is in replacing Musgrave because Musgrave is hurt, and now look what he's doing because he got his chance.
Yeah.
No.
Tucker Kraft was tight end 1 from the start of the year.
Yeah. And then what's another one?
And he should be tight end 1 because he's
Kenny
awesome.
Clark is this dominant
Really good
player. Jair is a blanket, and whatever. One of the top corners in the league. I mean, they just say all the same stuff that isn't really true because they don't. They're going by whatever the national guy information that they heard somebody say, and that's just what they say. But then they try to keep injecting stuff like they know what the hell's going on, and they clearly don't. So it's just kind of annoying. But Jonathan Vilma, whatever. I mean,
okay. He does okay. He's better than Tom Brady.
What?
That ain't saying much.
You see Tom
as a
Brady?
color guy.
Did you see that that promo with Brady, man?
Where he's all like, "Oh, if they say I suck, I don't suck. I don't suck. They say I'm really sucky. I don't suck. I don't suck. Yeah, you do. You suck. Sorry. Greg Olsen, you stole his job, and you never should have got it. He's better than you."
Yeah, Greg Olsen's pretty good. But anyway, it's kind of annoying, but whatever. I
have a question for all of our listeners real quick, though.
Yeah.
Do any of you guys, like if there's a game that's not a Packer game, right?
Mm-hmm. I watch it.
Would you want to go and watch? Do you watch a game because of the announcers? Honest to God. Like, would you tune in to watch a game because of the announcers?
No.
I know you aren't. I wouldn't either. But I'm just asking, as like JJ and Lee
sure not.
And Callie Packer and whoever else is out there. Just put a little quick thing here in the comments. Do any of you guys actually? I'm not trying to like be a jerk. Like if because maybe announcers are good. Like I mean, I'll say this: John Madden. I would watch shows for John Madden because he was funny and he actually taught me some stuff about football when I was watching it. Because he talked like a ding. He talked like a complete idiot, so that a guy like me, who's a complete idiot, could understand what was going on.
Oh.
All right. John says
John's here, not a chance. Kelly Packer says never. Good announcers help, but not the reason I watch. Yeah, that's true.
So how do these? Why does Tom Brady make $30 million?
Why do they get paid so much?
Why did Aikman and Buck make all that money for ESPN on Monday Night Football when anybody would? I think more people would watch the Manning cast. I think they probably do. I have no idea. It's just an odd thing to me. Like you could put you and me out there calling the play, and I think the same amount of people would tune in. Matter of fact, maybe more would.
Well, we are, former. We have experience. We've done it before. One of us is a award-winning journalist, sports journalist, and the other one
point it.
The other one is you.
There's your plaque right there. That plaque right there above his weird middle finger.
That's not my middle finger. That's my pointing finger.
Pointing finger. Yep.
I have a normal point. I mean, it's fat and short, but at least it's not too long like your wife's or whatever.
Ooh, talking weird about that. I don't know. I don't know what the reason is. I don't know why some people's fingers are longer. And
anyway, so what I was trying to say is one of us is an award-winning sports journalist, and the other one is you. So
that's true.
People might watch us or listen to us do it. Some people used to tell me that listen to the games I broadcast that I made the game sound better than it was, and they enjoyed listening to me more than even watching the game. I'm like, okay, cool. Now, granted, I will put it out there. I was a lot sharper then. I didn't have as many brain farts, and I could talk really fast to keep up with basketball, which is a hard thing to do when you're doing radio. TV is way easier because you barely have to say anything. The visual's there. You throw in a couple of words and you let the crowd sound come in and stuff like that. If you talk too much on TV, it's weird.
I like doing basketball better because I could say nothing. And then finally when there's a like break in the play, then I could actually talk a little bit. But it was kind of hard though, because you I can't step over you. So when I was doing color with you, I would have to really like pay attention, listen to I knew your inflections.
You
so
listen to me?
Yeah. Well, not really. I knew your
Wow.
inflections. I listened to your inflections. So I knew
Okay.
when you were kind of coming down
Yeah.
and when you were kind of getting ready for a breath. And then I would jump in there when I could. But I would usually just have to do some quick hits and then get out. And I could only really talk when there was, a stoppage and play, right?
Yeah. And
Where in football,
was
you can talk between every single play because there's so much time between each play, right?
right.
So it's a little bit easier as a color guy then but you also have to come up with more crap. So you have to know more. So that's why I only did like 1 or 2 football games, but I did a lot more basketball games. And that was good. But it was probably some of the most fun I've ever had was calling games with you.
Yeah.
I would love to call a Packer game with you one time. We should just go live and do it, but we just never have time. We're never
Live from Mr. Bruce on
or whatever. I don't know.
By
I just think like some people are saying like, yeah, they'll listen to the radio instead of watching it. But I'm not talking about Packer games, guys. I'm talking about just your random, like the Browns versus Ravens, which that's not a very good game. But like a game that's halfway deep, that's on later on, like the Tom Brady game, whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
Like, are the Packers Lions game? Is that a big game this week? Is that going to be a 4 o'clock for Tom Brady?
Yeah, 3:25. I'm sure it is the game of the week.
Yeah, but like if they're like Chiefs versus the Bills or something, that's a pretty big game. So I think everybody watched that, but you wouldn't watch it because it's Joe Buck and Troy Aikman, or you wouldn't watch it for Tom Brady or Greg Olson or any of these. I don't give 2 craps who's calling the game. Now I will turn it off if it seems like it's like not good. You know what I mean? Like if I start watching a game and the color commentary or the play-by-play guy annoys me, I will turn it off. Sure. But it's not worth paying $30 million to Tom Brady. Seems I ain't watching it because of Tom Brady. Like these, it's just craziness. Yeah. Anyway, I'm sorry, going off on a tangent there. But
well, whatever. They get paid. You're right. They do get paid a lot. And the question being why? Because people are watching the sport, not for them. Yeah. You're right. If they do a bad job, they can tune some people away, but you're never picking up viewers because of the announcers. And it is confusing why they pay them so much.
It is.
Really,
I don't get it.
It's weird. It's weird.
So somebody's asking about the linebacker they picked up on practice squad. I don't know anything about him. So I apologize. We're a Packer opinion show. And if I have an opinion, I will tell you. But if I don't know jack crap about something, I have nothing to say. And we're not if you want knowledge-based stuff or, like information constant, that's not us.
We have information stored.
We have information. Yes.
Decades of Packer stuff.
It's based on what we see and what we know, but there's some things we don't know. And we're not there every day. I don't know. I didn't go back and sometimes I will go back and look at stuff, but what's a practice squad linebacker who we just picked up when our starting linebacker is coming back off a concussion and we already have 3 other guys that play better than him. I don't care what the practice squad linebacker is like.
JJ thinks that this signing is putting Quay Walker on notice. There was some stuff going on too around saying, Packers starters or whatever that are likely or have a high probability of losing their starting position by midseason or whatever. And I think there's some guys on the list, but I don't see it for Quay Walker. I think they're going to keep riding with him. Now he has missed games he's had 3 or 4 concussions already, right? Or definitely 3. And he's missed games for a couple other things here and there, but I don't know. I think what will likely happen because of the way they're kind of rotating in Cooper, because of the way they're doing some other stuff, you might actually see, even though he's the green dot guy, maybe they'll take him away from the green dot. I don't know. But I think you're going to see more rotations at the inside backer or the linebacker spots as well. Those D-line rotations are doing pretty well. What does everybody think about the D-line rotations? Ben, how do you feel like they're doing right now in terms of are they doing a better job than they were at subbing guys in, getting more, Kenny Clark and some of the guys that are tired off? I felt like this last game they had more rotation. No? Okay.
If Kenny Clark's out there, then the D-line rotation's bad. If Preston Smith is out there, the D-line rotation's bad. They're both terrible. and I have the video to show it. I don't want to be negative yet, but we're gonna.
Okay.
Let's not defense. I got bad defense video. I have no bad offense video because I know people get mad when I show Jordan Love sucking. So I was like, okay, I'm not gonna do it.
How do we do it? I mean, Josh Jacobs had over 5 yards of carry in this game. Got 25 carries.
He only had 39 yards when Jordan Love was the quarterback.
Mm.
When Malik Willis was the quarterback, he had the rest, which was 100 and how many yards did he have total? 150 or something crazy like that.
Jordan Love? Oh no, Willis.
No, Josh Jacobs.
Oh, Josh Jacobs. Yeah.
What I'm saying is the Packers can't run the damn ball when Jordan Love's out there because they're not a good pass blocking unit on the offensive line, and the defense is not afraid of Jordan Love. Last week, apparently, one of the reporters, Rob Domofsky or somebody, asked Jordan Love, "Hey, would you be?" Maybe it wasn't last week. Maybe it was after Malik Willis games. They asked him, "Would you be opposed to Malik Willis coming in the game in certain situations for whatever reason?" And Jordan Love apparently just smirked and laughed and then said, "Well, he's like, yeah, well, I mean, I like Malik, he's great, but I'm pretty sure I can do just about everything he can do." No, what? You can't, Jordan Love. Even when you were completely healthy, you're not nearly as quick or fast as Malik Willis.
No,
sorry. Now, you can read the defense better. That's true, because there's plays where Malik Willis is just like, there's one play where he just stares down Romeo Dobbs, and if he would have looked over the other side, he had a wide open guy. He had Wicks wide open on the other side, but he stared down Dobbs on third down and then got sacked because he was waiting for him to get open. It's like, dude, go to your second read. So there are some, like, I don't know. I don't think Malik Willis is the right answer at quarterback. I think Jordan Love is the starter. This is my thought, though. I would love, because the Packers seem to have issues in the red zone with Jordan Love at quarterback. They can't run the ball. They're not tough enough that way. The defense is not afraid of Jordan Love, so they're keen on Jacobs in the running game. Also, the offensive line is not very good blockers in the running game, other than Sean Ryan. And because of that, they stall out in the red zone. And we don't utilize our tough guys. We don't utilize our tight ends. Christian Watson can't catch. They have good ball control. I think we should have a red zone package that's Malik Willis. And that Tucker Kraft touchdown proves exactly why. Because they weren't even thinking about Tucker Kraft in that play. They were worried about Malik Willis and Josh Jacobs running the ball in. And Tucker Kraft was so damn wide open because nobody knew. And that was a ball thrown. Like, he was still practically, he's still behind the line of scrimmage yet when he caught that. And he was like doing his weird high step for 5 yards before he got to the end zone. That's what I think should happen. Like, will LaFleur do that? No, but he should. Jordan Love can get the guys, because how many times do we watch the Packers get down there and then they stall out and we got to kick a field goal? And then we lost a bunch of games because Narveson can't make them. Now, luckily, McManus can make them. But it's the same thing. Put Malik Willis in. We get in the red zone, put Malik Willis in. At least on first down or second down or something, right? And then, just give him a play. And because it seems like Matt LaFleur calls better plays when Malik Willis is in the game.
Well,
I have more fun watching the game when Malik Willis is in the game.
Well, there's so much more of a run threat, and they're more. They can stress the defense in more ways, because I think Willis's passing is drastically better than I expected.
Well, I think his arm is good, but like I said, his reading of the defense rough. Like,
he just hasn't played. I mean, he hasn't played that much,
I know, but like,
and he talked about when he was in Tennessee, he didn't get hardly any reps, and then he got thrown into the games to play, and then he was terrible, and you're like, oh my god! But he said he hardly had any reps. Well, then in the last couple of years, he got good reps. And then now he's getting reps with the Packers. They even asked him about that, and he was talking about that too.
Well, he said he only gets scout team reps. He has to take mental.
No. He said the thing about scout team reps was, when he was in Tennessee, he got those scout team reps against their defense, and they were a really good defense during that time. So that helped him a lot. But he didn't get to start playing any games those years. Like the time he got to play was as a rookie. But they
asked him if he had any snaps this week with the number one offense? And he
yeah.
said, no, I had 0 snaps. Because they're like, oh, you probably didn't have too many snaps with the number one offense this week to get, even if you're the backup. He's like, I had 0 snaps with the number one offense.
Yeah, I get it.
So, and these guys are all over this Davis guy. Davis is a military guy. Well, McQuaid and like this Davis guy.
Former first round pick. Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I think with Malik Willis, though, like there's a lot of good there. Let me ask you this question though. If this situation, take this and it happened last year versus this year, maybe they would have done it. Maybe LaFleur would have made a package for him and they would have got him in there, right? But
especially when they had 2 wins or whatever, they're trading away Rasul Douglas and crap. Yeah, they would have done anything to win a game.
When you got, when you have these situations like right now, there's people going around like, well, should the Packers play Jordan Love if he's ready, if he's cleared against the Lions, or have him sit out another game? And I'm like, no, you paid him. You got to play him at this point.
Got to play him. It's like he's fit. And that's, but here's the problem though. And I don't really want to compare him to Deshaun Watson. I mean, that's ridiculous.
Oh no,
he's not nearly as bad as Deshaun. Jordan Love is not a bad player. He's a good player. But what I'm saying is the Browns did that to their detriment. And then finally he got hurt, and all the Brown fans were cheering. And then the Browns were like, I can't believe they cheered for when a guy gets hurt. And they got all whiny. A couple of the guys, Garrett Wilson, or not Garrett Wilson, Garrett.
Myles Garrett.
Yeah. And but Jameis Winston went in there, and he's crazy, and he won in the damn game because he's crazy. You know what I mean? Yeah. Now he'll probably lose just as many games as he wins because he's like Brett Favre and reborn again, right? That's pretty much Jameis Winston. But he went out there and went nuts. Now Malik Willis is almost the opposite of Jameis Winston. He is very conservative. There's times where he could have thrown balls and he chose not to, and just ran. So that's I don't know. I mean, this is a huge game. I mean, you have a chance to take over first place. If you beat the Lions, you have the same record. Yeah, you have the win. Obviously, it means nothing at this point, right? It don't matter if you take over first place in week 9. What matters is in week 17. Where are you? Yeah. But it will lead to a huge thing later on. So, does anybody believe that Malik Willis could win against the Lions if they played him? I don't know. I just after watching the game and this week, I mean, maybe with more practice he could. If they ran the ball well and controlled the line of scrimmage more, and they took the lead, and then they continued to control the line of scrimmage, I think they could beat anybody.
Yep. That's the difference. I mean, you play way differently. The one question I had after watching Willis come in again and watching the way things worked was, is Matt LaFleur a good coach of a quarterback that, like, can he be a good coach for a quarterback that basically listens to him and does what he wants them to do all the time? Because remember, I know Jordan Love, whatever, but Jordan Love was also influenced by Aaron Rodgers for 3 years.
Yes. Well, he is.
And, and so there were some things, I'm sure, and not in a bad way, not in a dick way, like Rodgers, but that he was like, hey, if I get this look, can I change this? Can I do that? Blah, 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 blah. Some of that stuff where you're, in some cases, does it help you? Does it give you an advantage? Sure. But in some cases, it throws off your rhythm. It throws off your timing. You're slow getting the plays off. We're back down to that where Love's getting the play off at like 1 second, 2 seconds on the clock a bunch of times.
Is he really?
Yeah. This last game, it was several times under 5 seconds. A couple times it was a 0 and he got lucky. And, so it just made me think, like, if Matt LaFleur, who wants to run the ball, if he gets to coach a quarterback who's just running his offense and not trying to overthink it and overdo and take too much into their own hands, is he a pretty good coach for a quarterback that actually just listens to him all the time? I don't know. It seemed like it to me with Malik Willis, because I'm sure that's what Malik Willis is doing. He's doing what he's told. He's not checking into stuff. He doesn't think he knows more than, his coach and stuff like that. Now, I'm not saying Jordan Love is like that yet, but I know he does change some stuff, and he certainly did get some some influence from Aaron Rodgers. It's not nearly to the same degree. But anyway, they like this jamming dude. John says ridiculous RAS, a goody wet dream, 9.94 RAS. So we'll look at it. He might come on later. We'll see if there's injuries, whatever. See how the other guys do.
I mean,
Detroit, but let's finish on this, then we'll go back to this week's stuff. But with Detroit and the game ahead, when I look at it, I feel the Packers have a better chance of winning the game with Malik Willis because they're going to play offense differently than if they try to, throw the ball around with Jordan Love and throw too much and all that sort of stuff and not run it enough. Because if they have the quarterback running threat along with their run game and they can control the clock, they can shorten the game, right? Less possessions.
Mm-hmm.
They can possess the ball longer. You keep the Lions and some of their explosiveness off the field. And then you also have a chance, to just, who knows? You're still close at the end of the game. You're not going to get blown out. If you're throwing a bunch, and especially if you get some picks, which we've had enough this year, that game could turn upside down pretty fast. So I don't know. I feel because of not because Malik versus Jordan Love, but because of the way they would play offense, I think they actually have a better opportunity to beat the Lions.
Well, then,
they play with
if you
Willis.
believe that, then they have a better opportunity of beating everyone because the Lions are the best team in football at this point. So if you think that Malik Willis has the best way for the Packers to beat the Lions, that means Malik Willis is the best quarterback for the Packers, Jason.
Maybe.
This is like a SAT/ACT question. If the Packers are best with Malik Willis against the Lions, then that means the Packers must be best against everyone. Yes. Or whatever. I can't remember what one of those dumb things. But that's what it is, dude.
I guess.
And it's true. Now, there are some, like I said, there's issues. Malik Willis apparently doesn't want to go to a second read. All these big plays he has are his first read. The Jaden Reed pass, Jaden Reed, it was the only read on that play is Jaden Reed, period. End of story. Like, there's nobody else even doing anything on that play. Everybody else is blocking or just trying to run guys off, and that's it. Like, if that play didn't work, if Savage isn't your safety, if it's a good safety, probably isn't going to work. So, in other plays that he's had where guys are wide open, the Tucker Kraft play, that play's only going to Tucker Kraft, nobody else. Now, he could have handed it off to Josh Jacobs, probably would have scored a touchdown too, because he had pretty good push on the offensive line on that play. But it was close to be a man downfield, actually.
Yep.
They didn't call it, so thank God they didn't call that on us.
Lee thinks the same, that Willis can do it. I think they'll lose to Detroit, says JJ, with all the injuries on defense. I don't think they can win it with him. Well,
what's their injuries on defense? Evan Williams is supposed to be coming back, right?
Well, maybe. I mean, hopefully, but Jair is probably out.
Jair's injury. Oh, that's right. I forgot all about that.
He was out of practice today.
Oh, he didn't practice. Oh,
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. What a shame.
Well, you know what? This is kind of one of those ones that Jair might want to sit out because it's against a high flying team where he can get
but they're not
up.
high flying. They're without their speedster because he's suspended.
Oh, that's
so
right.
all they got is Amon-Ra St. Brown, who's as fast as you and me, but apparently nobody can cover him. I'm definitely going to start Laporta in fantasy because
I don't know.
Last week he finally had 20-some points because they actually passed him the ball a couple times because they got nobody left. So I'm definitely starting him. Well, if Quay Walker's back, I'll start him.
Well, if they run it, but what if Cooper's playing more and he'll run up the seam with them?
I will gladly lose in fantasy football if Cooper shuts down Sam Laporta. I will be happy to lose in fantasy football.
That's fair. That's fine.
I care more about a Packer victory than a fantasy football victory, obviously, because I can't win in fantasy football.
Oh, no. Lee poses the dangerous question. What do Packers do if Willis beats Detroit? Keep him for 2 years, trade while he's hot.
They can't trade Love. They can't trade Love because he's under contract for the next 4 or 5 years with all that money.
They'd keep him
What
around.
you do is you keep him. Yeah. He's under contract for this year and next year because he's only a third-year player. He's a third-round pick. You keep him.
Yep.
Because he's helps you win games. So even if he beats the Lions, if he plays and they beat the Lions with him at quarterback, you just let it roll, baby. And
I
you
think
keep
it's
it.
time for your
I
other
mean,
videos because
okay.
JJ's saying who's going to play safety if Evans is hurt. I'm
Well,
hoping not Bullard.
well, there's
Everybody's so
nobody else
down on
left. Who
Bullard.
else is it going to be?
Well, Matt LaFleur, here, listen to this. I'll give you this nugget. Matt LaFleur in his press conference today said, because somebody asked him, I'm going to give these Green Bay press conference reporters a little credit. They're becoming a little more savvy. There's some different voices in there, and they try to ask these questions in kind of they're trying to get to the bottom of something, but they do it in kind of like an more innocent way that, like, I think you said LaFleur doesn't really realize it.
Yeah.
But, they keep kind of probing him about Eric Stokes. And,
Oh, yeah.
and somebody asked him, like, I'm just wondering, Eric Stokes was out of the game late in the game. Was that an injury thing or,
Did he
whatever? And da 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 da. And then, then LaFleur's like, well, we had Jair go out, and then we had, then we had Evan Williams go out. So then we had to move Keyshawn inside. Then we had to do this and that. He's like, you're just gonna see a rotation. We're gonna see rotations there. We're gonna rotate those guys. We're gonna rotate. We feel really good about the safeties, and we have some decent depth at corner, and we have confidence in all those guys. So you're just gonna see them rotate those guys, which they would never do if they had confidence in all those guys. They're basically just throwing stuff out there and seeing who sucks the least in terms of the guys they got to put in when somebody gets hurt. And they don't have good depth because we talked about it, because they only kept 5 corners and they kept some safeties, but there's a couple of them that if they go out, you're in deep crap. And you see it right now.
Man.
If Evan Williams is out, it's ugly.
How much would Anthony Johnson Jr. help this team right now?
I know.
As a decent safety who played last year and played 4 years of corner in college.
Yep.
Boy, he sure would have helped. But we cut him. Genius.
But everybody's down on Bullard. Come on, we were so high on Bullard before.
For Kalen King, he was pretty good in the preseason. We just straight up cut his ass. He got picked up right away by somebody.
Yep.
Dumb. Why? So we could have Eric Stokes on this team? Dumb. Cut Eric Stokes. He's in the last year's contract. Right?
Yeah.
They didn't pick us with your option.
No,
right?
they did not.
Well, then what? Cut his ass and just keep the good players. I don't understand. Goody is. I'll say that. Let's just. I'm gonna say something real quick before we want play plays.
Yep.
Matt LaFleur continuously talks and mentions Jason Vrabel is the one who came up with the play, or they talked about it earlier in the week, but they were like, hey, we got to run that play to Jaden Reed. I think it's going to work, right? Last week press conference, Jeff Hafley mentioned the guy who sits next to him. We talked about it on Friday night, who saw something in the defense, and that led to a linebacker blitz that led to a sack. LaFleur and Hafley are not afraid to listen to other people, and then when they do, they give them credit in the media.
Mm-hmm.
Goody, obviously, there's no way Goody found Rasul Douglas, but yet he takes the credit for it. There's no way that it was Goody who wanted to draft Evan Williams. He wanted Bullard. And then he got Williams in the 4th round because the scout from the West Coast was like, dude, Williams is freaking awesome. We have a need at safety. Just what if your guy sucks? Draft him. He's awesome. And then he took him, right? Goody took Luke Musgrave, and Kraft was on the Kraft. He got Kraft in the 3rd round as an afterthought because somebody probably was like, hey, Tucker Kraft, man, I'm telling you, when he gets the ball in his hand, run after the catch, he's like a running back out there, a big, slow running back, but a really good, big, slow running back. Let's get him. I think he could be really good all-around tight end. What I'm trying to say is this. Have you ever heard Goody talk about the guy who could, who was calling for Tucker Kraft to be drafted after he already drafted a tight end? Have we ever heard him talk glowingly about the guy who told him to draft Evan Williams after he already drafted Bullard? Have we ever heard him talk about the guy who told him to draft, Dontavian Wicks after he already took a couple other guys? Romeo Dobbs after he took, I'm sure Romeo Dobbs wasn't his choice.
Right.
Because he traded up for freaking Christian Watson. That was his choice. Who's better? But he never mentions the guy who helped him decide or, gave him the clue who did the work. Where Matt LaFleur and Jeff Hafley are mentioning guys who come up with plans, in the middle of a game and so forth, or in the week. LaFleur mentioned how Stanovich helped him come up with a game plan for Malik Willis for the 2 games where Malik Willis started, with all the running game and the cool run plays and stuff, which I never called now, which I don't know why they should call. Why, just as Jordan Love's in there, call him 10.
Yeah.
I mean, what are we doing, Matt LaFleur? Anyways, but I just think it's interesting to me. Goody gets a lot of credit for a lot of these hidden gems that he finds. I don't think it's Goody who finds them. And he does not come out and say, he never gives credit to anybody else. But he certainly, seems like, even when he traded Rasul, he's like, well, I mean, we get a 3rd round pick for a guy, we picked up off the practice squad. That's pretty good. Okay, first of all, you traded a 5th round pick for a 3rd round pick. So you really didn't get a 3rd round pick for it. Number one. Number two, it was probably not even you who wanted to get Rasul Douglas. So that's kind of stuff I'm saying. Goody is kind of a dick. He's an asshole.
Number 3, you traded away a good player.
A good player for nothing.
Yeah. Nothing.
Like, what did we get for that 3rd round pick?
For a chance to draft another player who might not be good. But
maybe we get Evan Williams? No, we got who do we get? We got Hopper, who doesn't play, and the running back who's first coming off injured reserve this week, I think, or something, right? Those are the 2 3rd round picks we had this year. So that was our Rasul Douglas trade. Are they helping us? No. They can't even get on the field. We have better running backs who we found off a scrap heap in Wilson and the other guy, Brooks or whatever.
Yeah.
Way better. Well, maybe that's better. I don't know. I haven't really seen him because he's been hurt. We haven't seen what's his face? God, I can't think of his name. Running back, Lloyd,
yeah.
So, I don't know. Yeah. That's just something I want to say real quick, because I find it really funny because like Mark Talsher is the guy who always like, Goody is the best. Goody is the best. And I'm like, I don't think it's Goody, but he never gives credit to anybody else. And he never actually downplays or he'll never correct somebody if they're like, oh, Goody, that was a good move. He'll never be like, oh, well, that was actually this guy, this scout, he did a really great job out there and really helped me turn my eyes onto that player. And then I, did do some more evaluation and decided, yeah, that's a good move. Let's do that. Even if he said that, that'd be nice. But he doesn't even say that.
No.
Right? He's just like, yep, that was good. I'm a genius. No, you're a dick. Where Matt LaFleur and Jeff Hafley are, by the way, Jeff Hafley is so awesome in his press conferences compared to freaking Joe Barry. It is ridiculous. Every Jeff Hafley press conference is like a learning tool for a Packer fan who wants to learn about defense. He is awesome. Jeff Hafley is awesome, period. Okay, I shut up for a while.
Oh, I could add Brian Gutekunst as my friend on Facebook. Maybe I should.
Oh, go ahead. Well, you?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
There's these little things floating around, right? And they'll say this stuff like, little memes, or not memes, but like little graphics on Facebook or wherever. And they'll be like, Goody's a genius GM or such a great GM. Yeah. And then literally the things they point out are all those things you talked about, which are these, Tucker Kraft and whatever, Jaden Reed and da-da-da-da-da. And some of these guys who are showing out.
Now, Jaden Reed, I think Jaden Reed was his.
Well, yes, but remember what they said about Jaden Reed.
So much about Jaden Reed,
yeah,
and how awesome he is.
Remember what they said about him?
What?
Goody went and said after, he's like, wow, because when after coming into the season, when Willie asked him about drafting Jaden Reed and how do you pick a guy out like that, and when you see a guy perform like that, how do you like was that your guy? Did you going into that round want to draft him? And he's like, well, I mean, he was in our grade area and with all these other guys, and he's like, you can't fall in love with a player. Like Goody doesn't fall in love with a player during the draft, apparently, is what he says.
Really? Eric Stokes?
No, Eric Stokes was that's what the board told him to do.
Quay Walker,
board told him to do it. But
Jordan
I'm just
Morgan.
saying it was all these guys that
Quinyon
it was all these
Mitchell
guys that they pump him up on these guys that he probably had nothing to do with, and then they conveniently leave out a bunch of the busters, in those things. So anyway, you got plays. Let's see what we got.
Yeah,
plays.
hit me up. Here we go. This is some
bad
stuff.
defense.
I'm sorry. This is negative plays. I don't have any negative offensive plays. It's just bad defense. Let's take a look. I'm sorry, guys, but this game was won by huge defensive plays by a couple of really awesome players, and the rest of the defense was pretty rough. And we snuck out because Trevor Lawrence is kind of a ding dong. So here we go. Bad play, bad defense. Here we go. Let's see what we got.
He says Goody's hiding the scouts that way. He just wanted to be stolen.
Maybe. Now, this is a play I put in here because it's hilarious. Jason, before the show, you brought it up. Or maybe you talked about it early on in the show.
What did I say?
Well, there's a play that's a screen pass. And Kenny Clark and Rashawn Gary both beat their guys so fast that they must know that it's because they're good players and not because it's a screen pass. And not only do they quick get to the backfield, they run into each other. Heads up, weird. Kenny Clark and Rashawn Gary. If you beat the guy in front of you that fast, it's not because you're good. It's because they're running a screen pass. Please be alert and not a big dumb idiot. So here you go. You're going to see Kenny Clark lay here on the ground right in front of the center. You're going to see Rashawn Gary just below him. Just watch these two guys beat the men in front of them and then just run into each other and do absolutely nothing on the play. And you tell me where all the money is. Yep. Good job, guys. Way to go, guys.
Kenny's still running that way.
Kenny Clark is still, and he's out. He's done. He's done in the play. Not trying. Let's watch Rashawn Gary's effort on this. Let's watch Rashawn Gary. After he runs into his own guy, let's watch the effort. We already know Kenny Clark's got no effort. We know that. He has no speed anyways. Let's watch Rashawn Gary's effort. Now, this is slow motion. But he turns around. Look at him.
Yeah, all right. Good enough. Maybe that ball pops out of there. You could try to recover.
Look at his upright running. It's not. He's not going to be in the play.
Man, Cooper flies around.
He's freaking nuts. This is the same play, just from the other angle. So let's watch these two idiots. They think they're so good. They beat the guy so fast. Watch Kenny Clark. He thinks he's so good. It's crazy. Oh, yeah. You didn't get blocked, you idiots. God.
I love how he still runs that way.
I know. For like
Jesus Christ, Cooper came from way further away than Gary was.
Yeah, I know. And
even hit
missed a tackle.
And he just threw his shoulder into the guy, but that's
what he does sometimes. he's got to wrap up a little better. All right. This play, I don't remember exactly what it was, but it's also another running play or a screen pass type play.
Oh, JJ says on Gary, bad. The dude has 2 sacks, same as LVN and P. Smith. Ooh.
This is I've noticed a few things. I don't want to be a jerk too much.
Okay.
But at the top of your screen, your free safety here is a big time money guy, interception guy.
He's not much of a tackler though.
He's not much of a tackler.
No, he's not.
He's not very good in space. He's at least he gets in the way. He tries. Yeah. But that's that's almost Savage like in the tackling region, which
come on.
All right, yeah, it's better than Savage. I know.
Savage would have fell down and not even got his arm on the guy.
Yeah. But that play, I think I have the other angle here. Yeah, we do. I don't remember what happens, why it was so bad.
Oh, JJ, you want us to cut Clark some slack? Come on, man.
No, JJ. Oh, that's what it was. This is what I don't understand this play. Okay, here it is.
Yeah.
This is a running play. Now, the defense doesn't know what it is, right? They don't know if it's a running play. But I don't know. There's a tight end here. There's a tight end here.
What the hell are we doing? Why are we so heavy to the right side of our defense, left side?
I don't know, but all 3 linebackers are over here.
Yeah.
And here's the bad news. Colby Wooden, for some unknown reason, I don't know if there's a stunt called here or not. Based on Devontae Wyatt, I don't think there is. But Colby Wooden gets blocked and then goes all the way around to the other side of Devontae Wyatt. So not only do we have all 3 of our linebackers basically on, the left side of the screen here, Colby Wooden ends up joining over there. And that's where the running back can have a cutback route because all that's left is Keyshawn and Kingsley Enagbare. And it's like, well, you're kind of screwed after that. So watch Colby Wooden here. I don't know what he's doing. He does get double teamed, but he seems to kind of want to. Okay, they shift. Yeah. Okay, but look. So Devontae Wyatt is single blocked and he stays inside. Mm-hmm. These 2 guys double team Colby Wooden and he keeps going this way. Now, yes, they shift, but Eric Wilson is here. McDuffie's here. They have to get to the outside. To be honest, this running back could go all the way around here if he wanted and probably get some yards because these guys are going to get cut off from this wall of defenders. But he cuts back, probably because maybe he sees this double team. I don't know. And Cooper is not blocked. So I don't know quite what's going on there. But look, so now Wooden's right here.
Oh, see, you saw Jair coming in there. It scared him to go the other way.
Jair. Okay, yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Look at him. Look at that position he has for make a hit.
But the running back's going to come right through here. Jair. Right where Colby Wooden is. Okay. And somehow Colby Wooden gets all, I don't know what happened here. Like, how is it supposed to be a stunt or what? I don't know. But it's just, and then, Cooper misses, Xavier McKinney misses, and he's down to the 1 yard line. And then, they score soon after that, which I'm going to show that play, even though they get a penalty and push him back. And this is the Rashawn Gary play. Watch Rashawn Gary. He's over to the left. Evan Williams, or Evan Ingram moves in motion.
Trevor Lawrence running in?
Yes.
Oh.
Now,
do you have the wider shot with Jair too?
No, I do not. I do not care about that. I care about Rashawn Gary.
All right.
There is something crazy. I watched probably one of the ugliest, weirdest things I've ever seen this week. It's The Coach or something on YouTube. It's Bill Belichick and that one guy with the high voice that was his defense coordinator that went to the Lions head coach. And then he was his offensive coordinator.
Matt Patricia,
yes. They were talking about RPO plays, and they were doing it. Bill Belichick was the quarterback, and they had Matt Patricia be the halfback, and then they had the camera guy be like the Rashawn Gary here, the defensive end.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, "We want you to watch us and see if you can find where the ball is." Okay, he's like, whenever you're a defensive end, and they were pretty much coaching how to play defensive end against an RPO. They're like, when you're the defensive end on an RPO play, you should be watching the back of the running back, like the very back, like the fat back part. You know what I'm saying? Like your love handles. And he says, if you see the ball, then you know the quarterback has it. If you don't see the ball after the running back is a little bit away from the quarterback, then you go to the running back. Rashawn Gary, I don't even know what he's looking at here. I think he's looking at Evan Williams Evan Ingram, because it looks like Evan Ingram's coming back to block him. Mm-hmm. Look at where his head is. He's not even looking at where the ball is.
Yet he's crashing really hard.
And here's the dumbest part. Watch this. And this is why I brought this up earlier about, why don't you just shove a guy who's coming in motion, right?
Mm-hmm.
Watch Gary totally try to get around Ingram. Ingram doesn't want to block Gary. They want to trick Gary's eyes so that Ingram can get to the next level and block like Xavier McKinney or somebody, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But if Gary if he would have his eyes on the ball, he would see that Trevor Lawrence has the ball, not him, or not the running back. And then he can shove Evan Ingram, because you can shove guys. We watched Savage be a tough guy to Kraft earlier in the show. But watch what Gary does. He totally avoids him, and he has no clue where the ball is. And then Cooper tries to get there. Cooper misses a tackle because he doesn't know how to wrap up, and we give up a touchdown. And then Rashawn Gary does the Kenny Clark, oh, shucks, clap at the end. Oh, shucks.
Yep. Darn.
But why did this play not work? Because Rashawn Gary is not doing what a defensive end should do. Look at the ball. Don't worry. This is all to trick you. Look at the ball. He has no clue what he's doing. No. You're supposed to hold the edge. Look at the ball, hold the edge. That's one thing Preston Smith does do.
Mm-hmm.
He can't cover. They keep dropping him back in coverage all the time. He can't get pressure on the quarterback anymore, but he does hold the edge and watch the ball and usually make the right decision on that play. Rashawn Gary doesn't do that. Doesn't know how to do it.
Pause it here real quick.
Okay.
If you go back to the highlight version of that play, which is on the highlights, the long highlight package.
Yeah.
Also watch Jair stand on the outside, back up, wait to get blocked to keep the hole even that much bigger for Trevor Lawrence to run through.
He pulls a Savage.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. To go along with that. But Gary is so undisciplined on that play. You never crash down that hard unless you know the guy has the ball. You never crash down that hard unless you know the guy has the ball. You are holding the edge on that side. Even if the running back is your key, you do not crash down if he's running away from you like that. So there was absolutely no reason for him to do that. Really undisciplined play and inexcusable
And this-
for a guy that's a pro for 5 years or whatever.
And he's makes so much money. Like we can't afford to have him make that mistake. We just can't afford it. Real quick, look at how huge Edgerrin Cooper is compared to Eric Wilson. Like just size wise, Eric Wilson looks like me.
He's only was he like 6'1", 229?
I don't know, but he looks really small compared to Edgerrin Cooper. I mean,
he's not big.
Crap.
He's not big.
Okay, so I don't know what I do not remember what this play is. So let's just watch it and see what it is. I know it's bad. Sorry, everybody.
They said Gary used to be a motor guy, and he kind of was, but I don't know. All right, they got a little cluster there, kind of blocking up Wilson.
Oh, this is
Kingsley.
Bullard. This is Bullard.
Okay.
Bullard reads it, and he does a good job of running straight down to make the tackle in the hole. Nobody blocks him, and he totally whiffs on the tackle. That's what it is.
At least he tried.
So he's right there. He's reading it. He sees it. Just totally whiffs. And it's a huge game in the running, huge play in the running game. And Bullard totally missed that tackle, like really bad, like really, really, really.
Venice, bad. I will give Venice that he runs down plays. Yeah.
This play, I don't remember what it is. Oh, this is the fourth down play where Kenny Clark jukes the left guard, and Trevor Lawrence is right in front of him, and he just falls straight down, and Trevor Lawrence just jumps over top for the first down. So watch the great Kenny Clark here, everybody. Watch the great Kenny Clark. Why there's a giant gap here on fourth down, I do not know. Like, why is there a big gap here? Why isn't somebody over here? I don't know, but whatever.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. I would just.
Watch Kenny Clark. Watch him. He's going to school this guy. Look at that right there. Trevor Lawrence. Tackle him. Nope. First down.
Just lays underneath him.
The great Kenny Clark. And I'm not giving Kenny Clark a break. I will never give Kenny Clark a break. He's been useless his entire career. He's stolen money his entire career. All we heard was, we got to get Kenny Clark some help. We got to get Kenny Clark some help. No, we got to get Kenny Clark off the fucking team. Give me Mike Daniels any day of the week. And 5 times on Sundays, obviously. Now you're going to watch Kenny Clark get blocked by the tight end and not give a fuck. Watch this.
Mike Daniels is also.
Look at this. Look at that.
Wow,
Look at that freaking effort. Let's watch that again.
Maybe he's been on too many plays.
Kenny Clark, tight end, a tiny tight end, by the way, I might add. Look at that.
Could just blow him up. And they could
blow him up. Kenny Clark is a tough monster. I would never tell Kenny Clark he sucks to his face. He would beat the shit out of me. But that was fucking pathetic effort. If I have ever seen pathetic effort, we're going to watch it again because you people need to fucking realize the truth.
Where's Jair on this play? Where's Jair on this play?
I don't care. We're watching Kenny Clark. Why do you always have to go back to Jair again?
Because I got to know what he's doing out there. Oh, look at him.
How do you get blocked by a tight end? You don't even move. You don't even push him and shove him out of the way. There, all this stuff down here is bad. We don't want to talk about that.
Jair stands there.
All right, now we got the coverage problems, everybody.
No,
this is why Bullard can't play free safety, everybody.
I know he struggled. He struggled a lot.
There's a lot of Bullard problems. This first play, you're gonna watch. I don't know. Somebody's wrong. So Bullard was over here.
Anthony Johnson.
Let's rewind it a little bit. Sorry, everybody. I know you're all probably mad at me for ripping on Kenny Clark. Bullard's right here, lined up at like down, like McKinney's deep. Bullard's kind of down over here, and we got the great Eric Stokes. So we got a Bullard, Eric Stokes on the same side of the field. That's never good. For some unknown reason, Bullard's going to come down to the flat from over here. I don't know if that's his assignment. I have no idea. Eric Stokes also wants to cover the flat. So both of these two idiots go to the same exact spot, which leaves a giant hole back here where nobody is. And it's a huge passing play for the freaking Jaguars. There you go. They're both down here, and here's 7. I mean, this is the easiest play I've ever seen. Not only did they not get a jam on them, and this is their first round pick, right? This is what's his name?
Yeah.
I don't remember what his name is. Junior.
Brian Thomas Jr.
Brian Thomas Jr., yeah. Like, they didn't get a jam on him, nothing. He's look at this open field. Thank God Xavier McKinney is like, holy shit, this is bad news. But what do we got? Bullard, Stokes, 2 ding-dongs in this, Kevin King, number 20, and Clinton Dix, 21 here. Just kidding. What are we doing? What are we doing? I don't know. I don't know who screwed that up. I'm thinking Eric Stokes screwed that up.
Yeah, I would assume.
Because I would assume they're playing because let's watch this one more time, and you're going to watch Jair on the top of the screen. Watch where he goes. He's playing like a 3 deep coverage back here.
Yeah.
Really nobody goes over by him, so I don't know. I don't know what the assignment is, but I can't imagine that there's nobody going deep with a wide receiver lined up at outside wide receiver. Now, maybe he was lined up in the slot. I don't know. Let's go back and see where he's lined up exactly.
Who told you that?
He's lined up outside.
JJ?
He's lined up outside, everybody. He's lined up outside, and Stokes just watches him run right past him.
Yeah.
I think this is Stokes.
Yeah, it has to be.
It's not Bullard's fault. You can't blame Bullard on that.
Yeah.
I think they're playing man. Or like
I think so too. And Jair just didn't have anybody over there to cover, so he just backed up.
Yeah, I think it's like a band zone. Like if they come in your zone, you cover them.
Hey, now Lee, hold on. Lee was hoping you were going to show the Kenny Clark play where he just laid down untouched at the goal line.
I didn't play that
touchdown. Oh, okay. All right.
Oh, I didn't play that one.
It happened though. Lee said it.
Okay, I believe you, Lee. Anytime you say Kenny Clark laid down, did nothing, I totally.
Whoa! Look at this. Stokes is worse than King. Lee says, "Wow."
That's saying something. I don't know if that's true.
Yeah, he probably is. I don't
remember what happens on this play.
He's not as dumb as Kevin King, but he might be worse at football.
Oh, that's what happens on this play. Okay, so let's watch this again.
What happens?
Well, okay. So we're looking at this play here. Before we start, we got a tight end in line, covering up the tackle, and we got a wide receiver who looks like he's actually kind of covered up the tackle as well, but I guess he's a little bit off the line of scrimmage, right?
Yeah.
And you got Jair here and Xavier McKinney. And Xavier McKinney takes a step forward like he's going to blitz, and then he kind of just stands around over here. And Jair goes deep because it looks like it might be like a 3 deep coverage on this play. So this might be Xavier McKinney screw up. I don't know. I don't know what's going on here. So you watch, Xavier McKinney gets jammed by the receiver right here. Jair goes deep. If you look at the top of the screen over here, whoever this is, I think it's Valentine. He's going deep. So it looks like 3 deep. And then Keyshawn's going to the flat. You got 2 linebackers here in the middle of the field. And Xavier McKinney, after he gets hit, for some reason, he's going back this way. I don't know what's going on. Nobody is worried about the wide receiver. And this is a wide receiver. It's 15. Watch him. He blocks Xavier McKinney for a second. And then McKinney ignores him and goes over here. I guess he's covering 7 or 4, the running back, and nobody is covering 15.
That's right. Jair.
But it could be Jair's fault because look at this. Because Cooper is going up, or somebody is going up covering that tight end. Yeah, it's Cooper. Cooper takes him as soon as he comes over here. Maybe Jair thought Cooper was going to screw it up. I don't know. But then nobody covers 15 down here on the flat. And based on Xavier McKinney, I think Xavier McKinney was supposed to cover the running back. So I think that's Jair's fault.
Look at that. Jair got
he just shook his head. He just shook his head. I think that was Jair's fault.
Yeah, Jair got the tackle.
But miscommunication again. So that's 2 miscommunications. Now here's another coverage problem.
Oh, tough guy Jair. This is one of his tough guy plays.
Is it?
Where he jams the guy when they're not expecting it. Yeah.
Oh, that's really good.
That's when he's tough guy there. Trevor Lawrence stinks.
So this is one where they do the classic 3 attack on the side of the screen, like we always talk about. They're going to have a screen. This guy's going to go deep. This guy's going to do an in route or whatever, and then the other guy's going to come across the field and whatever. Bullard is supposed to cover 13 here, and he just gets schooled on a juke move, and he trips and falls, and then he's wide open, and it's man coverage, and there's nothing we can do there.
Yeah. Damn it.
He's not a great cover guy. Then he still doesn't go out of bounds, misses the tackle, guy gets another 5 yards.
And he face masked him to bring him down.
No, actually, he grabbed his shoulder pad.
Oh, okay.
But it wasn't a face mask.
All right, good. And apparently they don't call him anymore, so just
and
this
face
mask away, everybody.
Yeah, and this one I don't. This is another play where I don't like it. So Cooper is lined up over the receiver. I don't know why he can't get a jam on him. Just disrupt the play a little bit, right? Because what ends up happening is Bullard ends up having to play one-on-one with a first-round pick wide receiver here. And Xavier McKinney, for some unknown reason, is helping out with 2 tight ends on this side of the field, playing a deep safety here. So this must be some sort of mistake. I'm thinking this is cover 2, and we have a rookie linebacker covering a wide receiver. But I don't really know what's going on. Cooper just lets him go. So we have him doing nothing at all. because we got 2 tight ends over on this side because 17 is a tight end. He's just a skinny one.
Right.
Xavier McKinney is worried about these 2 guys over here because let's face it, Evan Ingram later in the game is going to school us. So yes, he should be concerned about Evan Ingram. But what this does is it puts poor Bullard one-on-one with a really fast wide receiver. And then Thomas Jr. just does a juke move to the outside and then cuts back in, and Bullard takes the wrong step, and it's over. Touchdown.
Yeah.
And that's just the way it goes. But my question is, why do we have 2 linebackers covering the tight, though? Is this supposed to be cover 2? Is Cooper supposed to go back with him here? I don't know. It's concerning to me. I would never want to have a safety cover a speedy wide receiver and give him a 10-yard head start on me and give him a 2-way go. I mean, there's nothing Bullard can do on there. You can't blame Bullard on that play. Even if that was the greatest safety of all time, I don't think he would be able to make a play on that.
Yeah.
Maybe he could, but
it looks bad, but he didn't have much of a chance.
Yeah, I don't think there's not much he can do there.
Yeah.
This play I put in there because it just shows Trevor Lawrence has got some guts.
What?
You're going to watch.
Why do you like Trevor Lawrence so much? He stinks.
I don't like him, but he's throwing the ball in areas that are crazy. Like Cooper's right here. Cooper's going to be there to make a play. Wilson lets him go. The tight end stays the block here, but someone has to stay in the flat in case the tight end sneaks out, right? You got the great Preston Smith down here. Or maybe this play goes to Preston Smith. I can't remember. Well, we'll see what happens. We got Preston Smith in coverage, though. That's always a great thing.
Smart. He's got him. He's got him right there.
Yeah, this is the Preston Smith play. Yeah. Let's watch Preston Smith in coverage. He just goes back and stands there and then, does nothing. I don't know why they keep doing this.
But why does he stand there? There's like a guy running inside of him. Go
if the guy comes to your area, go cover him, Preston Smith. And then he's so damn slow, he can't even. This guy's not even moving that fast. I'm sorry, Preston Smith. We got to stop it with this Preston Smith corner one or CB one. It's just got to stop. It's got to stop, Jeff Hafley. I mean, come on. Barry did it too many times. I know people think he's good. He's not good. Here, this is the play where, this is a good pass. It's not anybody's fault. When they do this double A, this is a problem when I'm showing this play because the Lions will see this and attack it. So they lined up 3 guys on this side of the field, right? And the Packers are calling this double A gap fake blitz where they put 2 guys there, but they're both going to drop out, right?
Yep.
But because the ball is on the bottom hash mark, that gives a whole lot of room over here. So this double A gap blitz, you can't get your linebacker back far enough to cover, right? And you're going to have 3 guys up here, and one of them is going to be this corner here is going to have to cover the flat, and Eric Wilson's going to cover about the 30-yard line, and Cooper's got to get all the way over here to try to cover somebody, and it doesn't make any sense. And the Lions will take advantage of it. They love to attack 3 guys at different levels on the same side of the field. They killed us with that many, many times last year. So if we keep this up with just having 2 defenders over here and there's 3 guys over here, this is going to be attacked by Jared Goff all game on Sunday. We cannot let that happen. They're going to have to figure out something new with this double A gap blitz fake, because it does not work against plays when we have 3 guys on this. They have to check out of it. Because here we got a blitz coming from the nickel back. That's even more dumb. I mean, you're giving this is a free pass here. Trevor Lawrence could throw. But he knows because there was a double A gap blitz, he's trusting that he doesn't trust Edgerrin Cooper's speed yet. This is before Edgerrin Cooper cruised all the way down and broke up that pass with Kirk. So he thinks, I got this open spot. Even though we got Xavier McKinney back here, you think he would maybe read of this and jump up and do something about it? But he's still backpedaling. He's still backpedaling 20 yards back.
Yeah, it's a pretty big opening.
I don't know. But when you do that fake double A gap blitz, you're leaving a huge opening, especially when you do the fake and then you actually blitz the nickel back. Holy crap.
Yeah.
That's way too much space to leave open. I do not like that play call. They got to come up with something else. They either got to send those guys or they got to do something else, because that's just too easy. It's too easy. There's no way that nickelback's going to get there that fast.
Right.
Now, I don't know what happened on that play. Remember the last time when they did that? And remember Gary took an inside move and that left Xavier McKinney with the free rein to the quarterback really fast? Mm-hmm. Let's watch the 2 outside ends here. See? Oh, it's the same play. It's the same play, but Keyshawn's not as fast or doesn't attack as fast as Xavier McKinney did. That's Bullard in the back. That's why. I think if that was Xavier McKinney, he probably would have came up more. I don't know. One more play here, I think. It's another pass. Actually, this is the last couple passes at the end of the game. This play's here because this is the play before the touchdown. Watch Jair. He gets a pass breakup, and he's all tough, and he does his Jair seatbelt, right? Now, I show this because I want to show where he landed on this. He lands on his, let's see, which leg does he land on? So he kind of landed on this foot, and then he landed on this hip and this leg, right? So and later on, he's going to hop on this foot like this leg is hurt. So maybe he did hurt himself here. I don't know.
They said it was a knee.
Okay, well, maybe he hurt his knee there. I don't know what happened.
Doesn't make any sense in that.
But if he was hurt there, he was not hurt enough to not jump up and do his Jair seatbelt right away and say how good he is. I'm Jair. I'm good. Seatbelt. Or whatever he does.
On a pass play where the guy just ran straight and he was already set up deep, so he didn't have to do much to cover him there. That was
right.
That was dumb offense. But
yeah, it was dumb. But
we see it all the time.
They do the same thing here. But this time
he breaks out. Yeah.
He breaks out. Jair stays down. Evan Ingram goes to the corner. Xavier McKinney sees it. He's not fast enough to get there.
Ooh, go slow because he didn't look like he was hobbling yet. So go slow with him.
Oh, he doesn't. You'll watch. You want to watch Jair. He doesn't hobble until the ball is almost there. Then he starts hobbling. Then he starts jumping on his foot.
And how does his shoe become untied at the end?
I don't know.
He stepped on his own shoelace? I think he did.
I don't know, but it's really pathetic is what I'm seeing here. And the other thing is, I think there's plenty enough time for Xavier McKinney to get his butt over there and break up that pass. And I'm kind of concerned about that too.
He's not that rangy. If he didn't read it right away, he's not that fast.
Well, he has to stay here because this breaking route. So he's doing his job, but Trevor Lawrence is not even looking over here.
I know, but he had options on this play.
He could have. This would probably be a touchdown here too.
Could have gone to where he went. He could have gone to the guy that Jair's on because there's like 3 yards between them.
Yeah. But Xavier's already moving toward that way. I don't know why he couldn't get there because the ball's.
How does he hurt him? How is he hopping around?
I don't know.
So those are all
problems, the defensive problems. I'm sorry, everybody. I ruined your night by being jerky.
$84 million man hurts himself simply running. Okay.
But some of the problems are miscommunications. Some of the problems are Bullard. They left him kind of high and dry a couple times. Like he's supposed to cover a wide receiver, but the wide receiver's got a 15-yard head start. Like I don't know what's going on there.
I mean,
and then there's the double A gap fake blitz with the corner or the nickelbacks blitzing, and you got a giant open hole. Like there's some issues with the coverage, and that doesn't have to do with the players. It has to do with Jeff Hafley. I mean, when they get there, it's super awesome, right? We saw that against the Texans. But when a team has seen it now for a week and they know it's coming, they have plays to stop it. So I don't know.
Well, I mean, Hafley's just got to understand. It's like Bullard's no Evan Williams, so just realize what you got on the field.
And Bullard's tackling, his arm tackling. I mean, Evan Williams showed what he is like. From last week, we showed that play where he gets in on that 2-point conversion where he just hits the running back, and it's Joe Mixon, and he keeps his legs driving and tackle. He's the best tackle, one of the best tacklers on the team.
Mm-hmm.
He's way better than Edgerrin Cooper at tackling, way better than Bullard at tackling. I mean, he keeps driving. He gets them and drives them. He also had a play, I don't know if it was this week or last week, against a tight end. Tight end caught it. He's way bigger than him, but he grabs on and keeps his legs moving and stops him. I mean, I don't know. It's hard to believe that a guy who the 4th-round pick is a rookie is that important to this defense, but he's that important to this defense. Yeah. He just is, because he does things and sees things that guys don't see. And
it shows you the difference when you have good safety play too, which the Packers repeatedly just didn't care about that much, right?
Well, earlier in the show, I showed you all the Savage plays where he was just pathetic, and we just took advantage of it.
Right.
So those are things. And I don't know. Luckily for us, we had enough big plays on defense, a couple turnovers, a couple awesome plays on third down. Stop, the Cooper play where he sprints down the field and breaks up the pass. And I showed you Eric Wilson doing something. There's a couple other third down plays where they stopped him. There was the one play where I think we got another former Packer. I think Josiah DeGuara, the snap hit him in the arm or something, and then on third down, which then led to a field goal. Remember?
Yeah,
I think that was a former Packer cast off. Thank God we casted him off. I remember I used to like Josiah DeGuara.
Yeah.
But now after seeing Tucker Kraft, I'm like, wow, Josiah DeGuara sucked ass compared to what Tucker Kraft can do to us for us. It's amazing. So that's super pumped on that way. But the Lions always take advantage of us on the three levels on one side of the field. And you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And the Packers have to be ready for that because they will do it. So if you leave that open like that, like we just saw, that's a problem. But the other problem though is Jared Goff is more susceptible to making mistakes when you pressure him right up the middle. Because he'll stand in the pocket. He stands in the pocket and take a hit. He'll do that if there's a defensive end, as long as the guys in front of him are blocking well, right? It's when he gets pressure up the middle that he freaks out and sucks. So, but otherwise, like he's been throwing. Somebody said, I heard the Lions have more touchdowns passes this year, more touchdowns this year than they have incomplete passes. Not more touchdown passes, but they have more touchdowns than incomplete passes on the season.
Yeah, I believe that because he had a couple of games where he was like, one where he was 18 of 18, another one where he only had one incompletion, and another one he only had 3 incompletions, like in 3 consecutive weeks. It was some crazy stuff, yeah.
So it's really it's scary. Like they are very efficient. They also are big play, like you said. Jahmyr Gibbs is crazy.
Yeah.
But Montgomery is no slouch. We know that from when he was a Bear and also last year. They got Laporta. They do have St. Brown, who is a tough guy and works hard. And he never gives up on any play. So
John likes the honest breakdown. No BS.
Thank you. I don't really know what I'm talking about. I wish like somebody said, I sound like a third grader at the at the lunch table talking about football. And I do. I didn't play football. I wanted to. But that's part of the reason why I love it so much is because I didn't get to play. So I really love studying. I really love watching the film. I really love seeing guys make big plays and also find out why something went wrong. If there was miscommunication, whether it was a giant hole because of a blitz problem, whether it was Preston Smith in coverage for zero reason at all. That's dumb. Those are all things we can see, okay, that was some problems there, right? But the Lions are going to be a huge problem, and I don't think they can win.
Well, I mean, Gibbs is a little loose with the ball sometimes.
Yeah, but he can afford it because he's so elusive. Like if you can't touch the guy, if you can't touch him or the ball, he's not going to lose it.
I know, but Cooper's fast enough to maybe touch him, and then
he is.
The ball out. So look, if the Packers play a more run-heavy game on offense, and if they utilize their speed on defense more, they have a chance. Plus, it's in Lambeau. Those guys will be a little bit slower. Maybe the Lions will have problems with their cleats, like a bunch of teams do for whatever reason.
That would be great.
When they first come into Lambeau, they don't wear long.
I think they know by now. I mean, they play them every freaking year.
I know. And who knows what the weather's going to be like? It could be a little sloppy. Could be whatever.
JJ brings up the Lions safeties here, and I will say this: Branch has moved from he's no longer just playing nickel corner; he's now playing safety straight up.
Oh, with Joseph?
Yes. So the two of them are both playing. So we got Joseph, who's picked off Aaron Rodgers 75,000 times, and we got Branch, who makes plays all over the damn place. Yeah. So they do have some awesome safeties there. So, but yeah, so Branch is now on the field every play, and moves around all over the place, and is just a awesome football player. Yeah, he ran a 4.6 40. Who gives a shit? Packers should have drafted him too. They could have had him. What did they have? Him and Evan Williams. Ooh, what a combo that is.
Yeah, that'd be good. And you could save a bunch of money.
I'm not saying like I've showed a couple of plays where Xavier McKinney, was a little slow or whatever and didn't tackle very well. I'm not saying he's a bad player. Okay, I think he's a smart. He reminds me of Rasul without the physical toughness, which is weird because he's a safety, so it doesn't make much sense.
Yep.
But he is smart and he does know where to go with the ball. I just don't think he has the speed to sometimes get to the play when it needs to be there. And his tackling is a little suspect, which kind of scares me. I don't think he's worth all that money. I can't believe we paid him way more than Rasul ever got, even though Rasul made way more plays, that when things weren't even around him, right? I still say Rasul should be a safety. He would be like the best safety in the freaking NFL if he played safety.
Yeah, it would be awesome.
But yeah. So who knows? What do you think? What do you think, Jace? Are they going to win? I think they're going to lose. I just don't see it.
Hold on. Do you have a? We should do this first, and then we'll give that up here. So hold on.
And now it's time for the Haifman Bros silent but deadly player of the week.
All right, then. Do you have a silent but deadly player from this week? Who could it be? Who could it be for you?
My silent but deadly player, my silent but deadly Packer player is so silent, he's not even a Packer. My silent but deadly player is Darnell Savage. Thank you, Darnell Savage, for sucking so bad that you let us win. Because every single big play we had was because you suck. So my silent but deadly Packer this week is Darnell Savage. Thank you. Silent but deadly award to you.
Savage, way to go. Way to help the pack out. Still loyal to the pack. We'll say it. Who's got comments in here? Only love. Okay, we'll get to that in a second.
Ooh, rain in the forecast. That's good. That's good.
That helps Packers.
Helps Packers.
Yep, slows them all down. Look, I got to give. I know it seems like maybe he's not that silent, but I kind of feel like he is because he's a pretty quiet dude. He's a humble dude, and all he does is win. All he does is make winning plays for this team. He wasn't expected to play in this game. It was the matchup of the $55 million men, Trevor Lawrence and Jordan Love. And Malik Willis comes in when Jordan Love gets hurt. And all he does is throw another touchdown, 4 out of 5 for 56 yards, runs when he needs to run.
Should have been 5 out of 5.
Yep, big scramble conversions, right? What he needs to do, and doesn't make any mistakes, and then leads him down the field for a win. So with all that, Malik Willis, congratulations to you. Thanks for being on the Packers. Goody's one move, probably not orchestrated by him. Malik Willis, silent but deadly, pretty much every week. But look at Malik Willis, dude. Just going to give you a quick recap now. So he's 3-0. Let a comeback win here this week. He's now has 380 yards passing on the season, 3 touchdowns, 130.3 quarterback rating.
Highest in the NFL.
Yeah, for Malik Willis. Plus all the rushing yards. I mean, he's just a baller. The guys, that's what I love too. Guys, they asked some other guys about him coming in and doing it, and they're like, hey, he just does what he does. He gets in there, he's comfortable, he's a baller, he makes plays. We don't miss a beat. So Malik Willis, I hope they start him this week. I'm going to say if they start Malik Willis, Packers win because they're going to play a much different game. The game they should play, especially if it's rainy and the footing's not great. Like, come on.
That's going to be bad news on Jordan Love's legs.
Yeah, and your passing is going to suffer. Your passing game is going to suffer. Put the dude in who is geared and capable of orchestrating an offense that can win in that environment on those field conditions. Come on. So if the Packers are smart, Malik Willis plays, the Packers win this game 24-17. If Jordan Love plays and it's those weather conditions, the Packers lose this game 21-10.
No. If Jordan Love plays, the Packers will lose like 42.
Come on.
42-24. Or something like that. If Malik Willis plays, then they'll win. No, they'll probably still lose. They'll probably lose 24-17 if Malik Willis plays. If Jordan Love plays, because Jordan Love's going to throw a pick or two and give the Lions good freaking field goals or field position. And like, I hate to say this because I know he's the $55 million guy, but he's just I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling him anymore.
He's doing fine, but he's not doing fine when his legs hurt and he's
It's
not able to
I don't
move.
know.
It's too many issues there. And also in those conditions,
It's
harder to orchestrate a passing game. But John points this out, Lions' first outdoor game of the year. That is something I've said about Goff. He's great indoors. Yep. He's great with no conditions bothering you. But when you put him outside, and especially in the cold, he's terrible. But even in like a rainy or kind of a wet game or whatever with some wind, he could struggle. He could play like garbage. He might throw some picks. Like I could see all that happening, and that helps the Packers keep his game close and maybe win it. Lee's not buying it yet, though. Thanks. Detroit wins 34-23. Dad's on the Packers, though. 27-24 Pack.
Dad's got blind faith.
He's a homer. And JJ says Detroit 31, Green Bay 24.
I don't think they would win Malik Willis, Chase.
Why?
Because I'm telling you, I'm watching the all 22, and he doesn't go to the second read. He does the first read, and then he runs.
All he has to go is
his big plays are all set up plays for him from Matt LaFleur. Like they're all set up plays. They're all the type of plays that Aaron Rodgers hated to run, where he's like, "Oh, I don't even have to think on this play." Well, yeah, that's because it's a freaking great play call. Those are the best kind of plays, you dumbass.
If it's a good play call and it works, then who cares?
Aaron Rodgers hates those plays, and that's why we still haven't gotten to that. That's what I want to finish. We got to finish the show with some Aaron Rodgers.
All right, so Higgity, you can tune out now if you don't want to.
If anybody wants to leave, yeah, Higgity. The rest of the show is going to be all Higgity, Blas. The rest is all going to be Aaron Rodgers talk.
All right, what do we think about all the great things Aaron Rodgers did and said?
So beautiful. This is the greatest thing I've ever seen. The thing I find the most funny, I just laugh, is when I've heard so many Jets things this week, and just in national media guys, and they're like, they wasted 3 timeouts in the first quarter. Who does that? I've never heard of anything like that. I'm like, well, I guess you didn't watch the Packers then when Aaron Rodgers was the quarterback, because it happened all the damn time. Because he just runs the freaking bleeds the clock down, freaking zero constantly. I mean, it's ridiculous.
And why does he do it?
Because he's an idiot. Because he thinks knows he's going to be able to read something and figure something out. No, the defense is going to change as soon as the ball snapped, and you don't know shit. And we proved it on this show. And I've been saying it for years. 5 years I've been saying he sucks. He cannot read a defense after the snap if it changes. He doesn't know what to do. All he'll do is check down, or he'll throw a one-on-one ball to the outside so that it doesn't get picked off. And if he doesn't do those two things, he throws a pick. Like, that's all it is. He's not even good. He's one of the most talented arms we've ever seen, but he cannot read a defense after the ball snapped. Period. He can't. Cannot do it. At least in his offense, right? If he played in the Matt LaFleur offense, then he's like, "Oh, I don't have to think." Yeah, well, you know what? You win games. The offense he wants to run is this stupid crap where he's like, "Oh, I'm going to find the best matchup based on way the defense looks." And then when the defense switches after the ball snapped, everything's changed, and he's like, and then he holds the ball too long, gets sacked, freaking tears his Achilles. He's done forever. Period. End of the story. And now, of course, all the Jets guys are like, "Oh, maybe we shouldn't have fired Robert Saleh. Maybe he wasn't the problem." Yeah, maybe he wasn't the problem. Maybe. Gee, I don't know. What do you think the problem is? And then the best part about all of this, though, is finally national media, who have always said, the Packers, they did Aaron Rodgers wrong. He only got 1 Super Bowl with the Packers. They never gave him a defense. Oh, they never gave him a wide receiver, a first-round pick wide receiver. They never did blah, blah, blah. Now they're starting to say, funny how Aaron Rodgers has gone. The Packers are still winning. And Aaron Rodgers goes to the Jets and gets all the things he wants, all of his guys he wants. He gets the play calls he wants. He gets the offense he wants. He gets the coaches he wants. Maybe the Packers didn't win any Super Bowls when they went to the NFC Championship games 4 times and lost them every time because they got a diva ding-dong at quarterback who wants to do it his way and never freaking thinks to listen to anybody else to help him out. I don't know. Maybe if we had a different quarterback, we would have won more damn Super Bowls instead of losing in all those NFC Championship games and all those playoff heart killers because our quarterback gives up. I'll never forget that. Anyways, but this is beautiful stuff. This whole Jets thing is amazing. I love it. I hope they get creamed tomorrow night by the Texans. I hope they look pathetic. I hope their fans are booing his ass. I hope the Jets fans. But here's the thing. There's some Jets shows. They're still not blaming Rodgers. They're still giving him a pass. They're blaming the kicker.
Yep.
And don't get me wrong. Their kicker missed a lot of kicks. They're like, oh, if our kicker didn't suck, we'd have 5 wins. Well, maybe. Maybe. But you also have a cancer in your freaking entire freaking organization. And it's number 8. It's number 8. He's terrible. He was 12 with us. He's 8 with you. And that's kind of where his rating should go. He was rated at 12. Now he's rated at 8. Then he's going to be rated at 4. All I know is this. When Brett Favre went to a team, he helped them win games.
Yeah. Until he got hurt.
When he went to the Vikings, he helped them win games. When he went to the Jets, he helped them win games until he got hurt. Aaron Rodgers just is a cancer who destroys your entire team. That's what he is. And I'm so glad that Goody or whoever finally got the balls to tell him no.
Yeah.
Tell him, listen, you can go into your darkness. That's fine. But when you come out, you're no longer a Packer.
Oh, my God.
And it's beautiful. It's beautiful to watch. It's beautiful to watch all these Jets fans freak out. The national media finally realized the truth and finally, but we need one more game because the Jets fans are still giving him a pass. We need them to lose this week and have him blame everybody else one more time.
Mm-hmm.
One more time. And then I think the Jets fans and everybody will find it because it's 2-7. Because right now they're 2-5. 2-6? No, they're
2-6. 2-6.
2-7. It could be hard to come back from that to go win every game. But Aaron Rodgers, he did it once with the Pack. Remember, I think we can run the table.
They asked him, some of the questions they asked him, which I thought were hilarious after the game, where, a lot of guys in this roster don't have much experience with success in the league and winning, a lot of games in the league. And so how do you keep confidence through times like this, or when you've lost, 5 in a row or blah, 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 blah. He's like, isn't it hard to do that? And he's like, well, it might be hard for some people, but it's not hard for me. Blah, blah, blah. And he's just going on like such a cocky dickhead. And then he must have like set his coach up to say that whole, it's a dark, whatever the hell he said, a dark moment or whatever.
No, I don't think he did.
Come on.
I don't think he did.
So he could after be like,
no,
yeah,
I don't think he did.
You got to go in there.
That was the dumbest. It wasn't that good a quote. He would have had a better quote. He would have had a better quote than if he set him up.
So stupid.
He's just. Last week he picked his booger and ate it, and then he said he didn't do it, even though it was clearly on screen. We all saw him pick his nose and eat it. He just lies. He's a lying sack of shit. He's been that way for his whole career. It's fine. And he's a diva baby asshole. That one video that you shared that I've seen already, if anybody, I don't know what it was called. It was like, I guess it's a Patriots radio station.
Yeah, yeah.
And that one guy is hilarious. He's like, he's an a-hole. He's a freaking a-hole. Blah, blah, blah. He's like, oh, look at this guy. He's such a freaking a-hole. Like all this kind of stuff. It's hilarious. Okay.
Calling him out for his smugness. Calling him out. Here, I'm going to tell you a quick story because this was so relatable today. And this is what I did with it. So today we had a leadership development day at work. Okay.
Ooh.
All right. So that means we go and we do this leadership stuff and we talk about how to be better leaders and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, okay, fine. And usually it's fine, but it's not like I am like, I kind of know what I got to do. Right. But that's fine. I'm open to ideas and suggestions, but I'm not going to like adopt things that don't work for me because I can't be false or fake or phony.
Okay. Right.
So anyway, so we're going through this one part and it's all about building trust. Okay. And then I talked about, we were doing this exercise where we had to list things that, that made it difficult to trust people or whatever. Right.
Yeah.
Or made it difficult challenges to building trust. And so one was toxicity, and then one was dishonesty and disingenuous. And then another one was trying to cover them all here. Another one was, a lack of accountability. Another one was there was like 3 or 4 more, right? And they were just all like spot on. So we went through this whole thing, and then like we were in groups, and then we all wrote some of these things down, and then we had to talk, give our list and a little reasoning and just kind of explain quick. So then I gave our list. I was like, I got this one. So I gave our list, and it had all those things on it. And then I got through all that, and then I was like, and this also perfectly describes the current Jets quarterback, as well as all of these things are exactly what the Jets are experiencing right now, except they have no idea how to get out of it. Whereas we were talking about today, like ways to find solutions or get out of that stuff or make, correct the situation. And like the Jets have no idea what to do. So it was just a very, very good moment and a very perfect moment in time that fit with what's going on right now. And I was just like, man. So, but it's basically covering all this stuff about how to be a good leader and all the things that get in the way of good leadership and all the things that cause problems with teams and organizations. And it was all descriptors of Aaron Rodgers. So,
yeah, I wonder, has anybody said that Robert Saleh was in Green Bay this week again or no?
I did not hear that yet, but okay. I don't know.
I was just wondering.
Oh, here we go.
What?
Rodgers goes 22 for 34, 253 yards, 2 touchdowns, losing 27-20. Wow, Lee's is calling it.
No, I need him to go. What I need is for him to throw a pass that's really bad, and then he go like this, be like, "Why didn't you run that route like this?" And then yell at the guy. I need him to do stuff like that.
He did it last week on a pass up the middle of Garrett Wilson, right? Because they had the verticals. They're verticals, Ben.
Oh, the classic Aaron Rodgers. Yep.
It's all verts on this play, right? Or the skinny post, maybe, which is where you barely move. But they're all verts on this play. And Garrett Wilson ran the vert. And he was like in the slot on the right side. He ran the vertical. Rodgers threw it inside a little bit because the safety was playing him kind of heads up. So he was actually running right at the safety.
Well, that's pretty dumb.
He probably didn't know the ball.
He's got a point then. Rodgers got a point.
He probably didn't know the ball was coming to him. He's like, I'm running my vert. And then Rodgers threw it to the inside and then gave him the look after. And it was just like, and all this stuff. But it just goes. I know, but it goes back to there are plays that are designed. There are plays that are called. There are routes that are called to be run. And then you, the quarterback, see something happen different than what's called, and you expect everybody else to think exactly the same as you do and make the same adjustment that you want them to make in real time on the spot, which makes football way too hard.
No, yes. I don't agree with you on that. I think Garrett Wilson's in the wrong. I will give Rodgers. I will agree with Rodgers on that one. And you know how I know? You know how I know? Robert Pack, Caitlin Clark. They're playmakers. They pass the ball to where the open spot is, and the player needs to realize where the open spot is in the defense. Yeah, you can't always. You can't. No, it's not any different. If you're running your route straight at a safety, that's pretty stupid. Cut it to the inside. That's not. I don't agree with you at all.
All right. Well, do you agree with me on this? Did you hear how Rodgers on the 2-point play took the?
Yeah, I heard that. As an idiot. He's an idiot.
It was a great description.
It's easier to get it from 7.
Because and why did he do it? Because the play they had on, he didn't like the look. It wasn't. He wanted to get to the perfect. He said he wanted to get to the perfect play,
which was a 4-yard in route on whatever, on a goal from the 2-point conversion from the 7.5 yard line. The perfect play was a 4-yard slant.
He overthinks the game and makes it way too complicated. And the other reason why it's hard is because you are relying on 11 other people or whatever, 5 other people to figure out exactly the same adjustments you want them to make on the fly. It's just too fucking hard. Design plays that work. that have
Yeah.
answers, run those plays, throw to the guy that's open. That's football. And if the play breaks down, run around a little bit, play a little backyard when you gotta. I get it.
I don't
But
think you can run around anymore.
But like this shit where it's literally all okay, run like this, but if you see this, then do this, or you see this, then do this, or you see this, then do this, and I'm going to see it too, and I'll do that, and blah, blah, blah. No, make plays, like run plays that make sense and have some answers for different coverages and throw to the open guy. That's how you should play. The other stuff, it's too hard. Remember all the stories from the young guys that had to work with Rodgers when they turned it over and it was like MVS and freaking St. Brown. Remember Equanimous St. Brown said in his rookie season how originally he was running the plays that were called the way he was supposed to run them, the way they practiced them, and then Rodgers wouldn't throw to him. And then he's like, shit, I mean, he's not going to throw to me unless I run what he says to do. So then he was really conflicted at one point. Do I do what the coach says or do I do what the quarterbacks tell me to do? And he came out and he said that. It's just too hard. It doesn't make any sense. Football is a simple game sometimes. It does not have to be that hard.
And these Jets fans are so delusional. They're like, Todd Downing's got to just tell him to run the play. Stop trying to. He's never going to run the play, dude. No. He's going to run his play. Yeah. He thinks and not only that, he does own the team. Well, he doesn't own the team, but he thinks he's got the owner's backing. Yep. He has more clout than any coach, any player on that team. He can do whatever the hell he wants, which is what he did in Green Bay. Except finally, we stood up to him and told him to F off. And the Jets don't have anybody left. They're all dead. They're all freaking on their last legs here. The coach is gone, right? So all these coaches on the staff are not going to be there next year. They all know it. They have no standing. They have no clout. The GM is on the last year of his contract. He's not under contract for next season. After this year, he's done. He's not going to get an extension. He knows he's done. It's Woody Johnson who's making the trades. He's traded for Devontae Adams, not freaking Joe Douglas. It wasn't Joe Douglas who finally gave Rashawn Reddick enough money to get him on the team. It was Woody Johnson who gave Rashawn Reddick enough money to get him on the team. Or Aaron Rodgers, one of those two. It's not Joe Douglas who did it. Like, he runs your team, Jets fans. How do you not know it? He's the coach. He's the GM. He's the offensive coordinator. The only thing he's not is a defensive coordinator or special teams guy. But whatever happens in offense, it's all him. It's not Todd Downing. The other thing they showed, which is funny, the first game after Robert Saleh was gone, they ran motion like 74% of the time or something. Mm-hmm. The next game was 34%. And the last game they played was less than 20%. So it's just gone back to the Rodgers offense slowly but surely every week. So how these guys can't figure it out. The other huge stat that Dan Orlovsky kept saying, that there's teams that score 20 points, give up less than 200 yards of total offense.
250, yeah.
Or 250 yards of total offense or whatever in the NFL and lose.
And don't turn the ball over.
Right. Are 751 or whatever.
Yep.
And the one is the Jets. And the last time a team gave up, no, this was 200 yards. The last time a team gave up less than 250 yards of offense. And you're thinking of this stat. The last time a team gave up 250 yards of total offense, scored at least 20 points, and had no turnovers, was the Hail Mary Packers.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So the last time this happened, even close to this, was another Aaron Rodgers-led team. Now, but that was a bullshit call. Hail Mary, we all know that. That was bullcrap.
Yeah.
But that's the point. So, I don't know. I'm excited. I'm excited for tomorrow night. I can't wait to shut off all my lights so hopefully kids don't think I'm home because I don't want to give them any candy. I don't have any. And then I will watch Aaron Rodgers suck and hopefully the Texans kick the crap out of him, though I don't know. Texans, we all know they kick the shit out of them ourselves. But
they're not that great.
They're not that great. Their offensive line's really bad. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah,
we'll see what happens. But it's exciting to watch this whole thing fall apart, which is what we all said was going to happen. We said it the day that he came out of the darkness and said he wanted to go to the Jets. We said it on the day that the trade finally happened. We said all this stuff. I've been saying it for years. I've been saying it for 5-6 years on this show. You finally came around after the whole immunization thing happened, and we figured out that he, got COVID, and then he never actually had the thing, and he lied to everybody. And then you finally like, okay, I can't take it anymore. This guy lies so much, I'm done. So then you finally came along, but before that, you were a big Rogers guy, and then we lost one of our biggest supporters,
Bernard. I welcome him
from
back.
Chicago. Bernard,
Anybody
you
else?
left us.
Yeah, anybody else that's out there that were Rogers lovers and left our show because we started telling the truth about him, and we both did, and I didn't combat it and stick up for him anymore. You're welcome back to our show. Now that you also
I wonder how many Packers shows like ours had a guy like me 5-6 years ago telling the truth. How many?
None.
How many had it even 3-4 years ago telling the truth once you came along? And they had both of us telling the truth.
Yeah.
Not very many. Not very many. Now, of course, they all are doing it because it's happened over there too.
Yeah.
And then, but a lot of it is because I think a lot of the Packer shows knew it, but they didn't want to get on Aaron Rodgers' bad side because they're big national shows or they're big name shows, and they have to have some kind of relationship with them. The two of us are a couple of schlubs who nobody, we got like 5 guys who watch us. They're all awesome. I love all you guys, but still, we're just a couple of schlubs.
We're the smartest guys.
Smartest guys, right? Smartest guys around. But just think about that, folks. We know the truth. We see the truth. We tell you what is actually happening on the field and off the field in the meeting rooms that we can find and see based on reactions and different things happening that we see. We just have a way of seeing things. We know what's up. We know what's up.
We can spot BS usually.
We can spot BS. That's probably Goody's BSer.
The only reason I fell for Rodgers BS for so long is because I hated Favre so much and I wanted to believe in him so much.
I know. Me too. Well, I did too.
And he was great. And he was great. He was great the first half of his time in Green Bay.
Before Denver shut us down in that one game, I can't remember what year it was.
I think it's 2015, and he had 78 yards passing in that game.
They totally they played man coverage on us and just because before that everybody was so scared. Yep. They'd just play zone and Rodgers would pick them apart.
Yep.
And then Denver played us man to man and shut us down so hard. And then Rodgers fell off a cliff after that. And then also the Jordy Nelson injury, the loss to the Seahawks in the NFC Championship game. He lost all confidence in Mike McCarthy.
Yep.
Everything changed. The guy became a different player after that game. And he was no longer...
always a dick though, but
yeah. Oh no, he always a dick. Like I said last week, there was not every team didn't pass on him. He didn't follow the 24 for no reason at all.
Right.
People knew he had talent. It wasn't like Jordan Love who fell because he was raw. Rodgers was ready. He had the talent, but he was a dick, and everybody knew it. They knew it. And that's why nobody wanted to draft him. And he sat there and fell. But hey, we got a Super Bowl with him. He was great. He was a great player. Don't get me wrong.
Yep.
But something happened after that NFC Championship game. Something happened after Denver figured out the offense and shoved them and stopped everybody. And plus, we didn't have Greg Jennings anymore. Yep. And Donald Driver and Greg Jennings could get open against man coverage. Jordy Nelson couldn't. And then that was when all the back shoulder stuff started happening. Was after that Denver game. Before that, it was flying downfield, James Jones downfield, everybody, Michael Finley, everybody, bam. So many deep passes. It was crazy how many deep touchdowns we had. But then after Denver showed, hey, play man coverage against the Packers.
And be physical with them.
And be physical with them at the line of scrimmage, then it ruins the whole, Rodgers doesn't know what to do anymore. You can't find anybody open, and then but then they figured out the back shoulder stuff with Jordy, and then Devontae, added to the back shoulder stuff, and Randall Cobb was good at reading the defense and getting in the right spot. He was he was smart. So it worked, but it didn't work against the really good teams because they knew what was coming. So anyways, blah, blah, blah. We're going on for too long. I'm ready to end the show. But yeah, so it's exciting to watch it. It's exciting to see the Jets fall apart. I'm sorry for Jets fans. But
that one clip or whatever that Corey sent to that poor guy.
Yeah. Hey, they made a deal with the devil. That was even before last week's game. Though.
I know. But
they made a deal with the devil, and now they're paying for it. And the devil, and guess what? The devil wears number 8. No offense, but total offense. Just saying it. I'm calling it like it is.
Oh, shit.
I ain't gonna lie. That's one thing. My biggest problem, my people don't like me, is I tell you the truth. Sometimes people don't want to hear the truth. They just want to be, yep. They want to be the yes man. They want to hear the yes man. That's fine. You want to hear yes man? That's great for you. But I don't kiss anybody's butts, and I don't smell any farts. And that's just the way I am.
Wow. It also shows you that character matters in leadership.
Well, yeah.
So just remember that character matters. Rodgers has compromised character, and it shows. And that's the other big thing that everyone's calling out is the lack of leadership on this team, and that he is a terrible leader. And they are spot on finally saying that too. And as I also pointed out, he is the king of one thing.
Oh,
the king of false hope.
All right, Lee saying the Packers Corner is
Packer Corner
is a better show than us. Okay, Lee, I got you.
Oh, they don't kiss butts there. Ooh, okay. Check it out, Lee.
We'll
All
see,
right.
Lee.
Be good, stay good, everybody. This is our show for the week. We're not doing anything Friday night.
No, too much stuff going
Hopefully
on.
the Packers can win, but it's going to be a tough one. But even if they don't win, it's okay. It's okay.
It's okay. They're doing good. I mean, I don't. The Lions they're pretty tough. I don't know, man. Especially we
Just
got
remember-
we got a hobbled quarterback and
playoff games in late, in Lambeau fields suck.
they don't really do that good.
No. I mean, Josh Jacobs might be okay in it. I don't know. But they're not. The defense is bad. The speed of the defense will be neutralized. So let's go on the road. Let's not win the division. Let's go on the road for the playoffs and let's tear them up in domes and light them up, and do it the same way they did in 2010.
Yeah.
That's the Packers' path if they want to get to the Super Bowl. It's not through hosting home playoff games. It's getting in, going on the road, playing these teams, and just don't go to sloppy San Francisco again. Screw San Francisco. Stay the hell out of the playoffs. No hosting playoff games for you. We go to Dallas. We go to Detroit. We'll go to
Dallas ain't making the playoffs. Are you nuts?
Washington is a sloppy place too. We don't want to go there.
Washington's gonna win.
I know.
Or the Eagles.
We'll go to Minnesota.
Dallas ain't making it. Dallas is gonna fall apart. Mike McCarthy's gonna be without a job.
What?
Yeah.
You know what?
Mike McCarthy will be the next Jets head coach. No way in hell he's gonna be a Jets head coach.
Oh man.
No way.
All right, guys. Be good, stay good. Hopefully the Pack find a way to pull it off. And maybe because it's outside, Jared Goff makes some blunders and gives the Pack some picks. That would be awesome. All right. Catch you guys next week. Until then, be good.
Tell me why, black unicorn,